Very much looking forward to this. Wales have been very much looking forward to this. I have been very much looking forward to this. So USA versus Wales. You can see the teams on screen. I'm just in the process of changing over the information on screen as well. So let's change this over. There is the American team. Here is the Welsh team. Kickoff is in about 50 odd minutes time. So there we go. Change that over so we can see if we go through the team. So Matt Turner in goal. No surprise there. He was expected to be the number one keeper. Dest has made it. There was a few question marks around him as to whether he was going to be fit or not. Zimmerman and Ream are the centre-backs. Then we've got Robinson over on the other side. McKennie has made it. Question marks around McKennie as well. Ferreira is the chosen striker in the centre. I know there'd been some conversations around whether he would be the starter for the US. Aronson and Pulisic either side. Tyler Adams is the captain. He is in the middle of the park. That is pretty much the team that was expected for the US. And it looks like a pretty good team as well. Wales, obviously, they've got Kiefer Moore. He's going to be a problem. He is on form. They've got Dan James. They've got Gareth Bale. They've got a really exciting front line. In the middle of the park, we've got Aaron Ramsey, Nico Williams. We've got Connor Robertson. We've got Connor Roberts. We've got Ben Davis at the back. Roden. We've got Nepham. Wayne Hennessy in goal. So, yeah, pretty much, I think, the team that was expected. We're just seeing a video package here. This is the first time that Wales have made it to the World Cup in 60 years. It's a big, big occasion. It's a big, big event. These are the teams pretty much that are expected. No real surprises. Like it. I like it. I'm excited. I hope you are excited as well. Let's just hello to everyone in the chat. Let's just run down what we can expect from USA, what we can expect from Wales. USA are young. They are inexperienced. They like to progress the ball quickly. They like to get out to the wide players. They qualified third in CONCACAF. They are also a little bit inconsistent. They have chosen a captain for this World Cup. Tyler Adams is the person they've gone with. He is a natural leader. He's still very young, but he's a natural leader. This is a team in the US that I think is very much looking forwards. This is a team that I think is very much looking towards the next World Cup. They obviously want a good showing here, but I think that what we're really looking for is we're looking for steps in the right direction. I mean, if Wales win this game and the US don't look good, then the wheels could come off the US, because I think the US are really looking for this to be a launching pad for 4 years' time. In 4 years' time, the World Cup is in Canada, it's in America, it's in Mexico, and I think they really are looking to make a statement. And they know that they're not going to win this World Cup, but I think what they're hoping for is take it a game at a time, try and get that second position. Obviously, if they can get first, brilliant. But yeah, if this is a big game, man, because this could be the other team in this group that go through. Wales want it. USA want it. And only one person can have it. We just watched a bit of a dull game between Netherlands and Senegal, but we did get 2 goals, in all fairness, right at the end. It's a shame that they weren't spaced out a little bit more. They were right at the end. But either way, you know, I think this one is going to be interesting, because this cannot fail, because this is not going to be boring. This is not going to be dull, because even if it's 0-0, it's still going to be really interesting, because even at 0-0, either team can take it. And this game means so much to both sides. Not that it didn't mean loads to Senegal and Netherlands, but this one, I don't know, it's a bit closer to home. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we have many Dutch or Senegalese people that join us, but we do have a lot of Americans. We do have a lot of Welsh people that join us. This means a lot to both set of fans. AWC Legend said, anything interesting on Raw tonight? Haven't seen anything. I think it's expected that we're going to be getting Sammy versus Dexter. That was announced for this week. And outside of that, haven't seen anything get announced yet. But to be honest, I won't be really looking into that stuff until we get closer to the show. But I think the only thing I'm aware of is Miz against Dexter. Who do you think the last member will be for Team Bianca, says Owen. I think it'll be Candice. Louis said, is that the predicted 11 or the confirmed 11s? I believe them to be the confirmed 11s because you need to get your team news out. You need to get your team news out like an hour before. So it doesn't say that it's the predicted 11s, and normally it does say that it's the predicted 11s. Let me just jump over and we'll have a look. What I'll do is I'll go to Twitter. I'll search USA football, and I'll read the team out from the, there we go, men's national team. They should post it on their social media. So Wales, Hennessy, Williams, Davis, Mepham, Rodden, Wilson, Ramsey, Bale, Roberts, Ampadu, and James. So those are the players. Here is, half an hour ago this was announced. So Turner, Dest, Zimmerman, Adams, Robinson, Musa, McKinney, Pulisic, Tim Ream, Tim Weyer, and Sargent. Hang on, that is different. I don't remember seeing Sargent. Is Sargent on there? Oh no, this one at the bottom might be different, but the one here is, oh my god, I think they have caught us out, in all fairness. I think they have changed it. Here we go. Let's get Sargent. Look. So Sargent, Weyer, Pulisic, McKinney still makes it, Dest makes it. Who will have been different then? Aronson didn't make it. That's interesting. If Aronson hasn't made it. If Aronson hasn't made it, that's something I wasn't expecting. So let's change these over. Wilson, Bale, James, Williams, Ramsey, Ampadu, Roberts, Davis, Rodden, and Mepham, with Hennessy in goal. So a couple of changes. Let's go down and change this one as well. There we go. Greetings from Maryland, USA, says Richard. Shout out to you. Will Nation says, go Team USA. God Save the King says, what's your prediction for this game? I've got USA 1-0. I think it's going to be really close, to be honest. I think it's going to be really, really close. I think that the USA are coming in as favourites. And I think that, to be honest, I think the best player on the pitch is Gareth Bale. I think that Pulisic is close, but I don't know that he's going to have the same influence and impact that Bale seems to have in a Welsh shirt. Wales just is in his blood. Like, he always turns up for Wales. And at the Euros, he was fantastic. So Gareth Bale has shown that he can do it on this stage with Wales. And Pulisic, I think, is someone that can be a bit inconsistent. There's a lot of pressure on his shoulders. If USA are going to get anything out of this, you've got to think that Christian Pulisic is going to have to put in a performance here. I think the fact that you've got McKennie playing is good news because there was injury concerns around him. I think the fact that Dest is playing is great news because there was concerns around him. I am surprised you're not playing Aronson. Aronson is someone that has been doing really well for Leeds. So I thought that he was someone that was going to get game time. So nothing there for Aronson, which is a surprise. I like Josh Sargent. He plays for Norwich. He does play in the Championship now, but he was quite eye-catching when he was in the Premier League last year. So I do like him. I think this is an intriguing American team It's an American team, US team that I think Wales are going to respect but not be scared of. I think that probably the truth is said the other way around as well. I think this is close. I think it's close. I don't think there's going to be much in it. Let's put in the chat and we'll see what you lot think. I'm guessing we've probably got more American friends here than we do Welsh friends. Let's see what you lot think. I would probably go US 1-0. I think it's going to be close, but let's see what you lot think. What will the result be? This is game number 4 in the World Cup. So is it going to be USA wins? Is it going to be Wales wins? Or is it going to be a draw? Let's put that in the chat. We've got some American flags waving in the chat as well. Moldy said, looks like we're going 5-3-2. Looks like Robert Page wants us to be hard and annoying to break down. I think that's probably wise. I think that you're going to have to do some defending here. What we know about Wales is that they're very aggressive on the counter-attack. So Wales are... This is sort of how Wales like to set up 3-5-2 with, like, you know, those fullbacks kind of really getting forwards, but also dropping back when needed. It's kind of how we tend to see Wales play. Kiefer Moore, no Kiefer Moore up front there for Wales, which is a big surprise as well. Is there any news on Kiefer Moore? Kiefer Moore had been spoken about a lot in the build-up to this. And Kiefer Moore is someone that I was really going to keep an eye on. He's got a good aerial threat, and it doesn't look like he's made it. Let's have a look and see what's being said about Moore and Wales on social media and see what's happening there. Kiefer Moore said he can't wait to knock England out of the World Cup. Latest... Gareth Bale now has got more international caps than Bobby Moore. That's interesting. Generally normal US starting 11. Would have liked to have seen Aronson. Okay, yeah, this is interesting. No Kiefer Moore for Wales is surprising. I agree. Genuinely normal US starting 11. Would have liked to have seen Aronson, but no real complaints. But right, Wales with 9 at the back and 2 pacey forwards. Not feeling too good tactically about this Wales lineup. No Kiefer Moore, but Dan James is in. Wales are rubbish and they just kick it long to Moore. People can't say that today. He's not even starting. We're going to outplay this lot. Come on, Wales, says United's Clouds. Wales not starting Kiefer Moore is the reason they'll lose this game. I hope they bring him on quickly. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know why Moore is not playing. Are they looking to bring him off the bench or something? Like, why wouldn't you start him? Why haven't they started Kiefer Moore? I'm really, really genuinely surprised he's not playing. Wales not starting Kiefer Moore. Seemingly prioritising getting Dan James in behind could be rough for a slow centre-back partnership. I still think it's a right selection for the US given available talents. What 4 countries? England, Scotland, Wales, who else? He's not injured, no. David, shout out to you, friend. Really appreciate the support, dudes. David Fisher. Shout out to you, man. That's really kind. Really appreciate it. I hope you are excited for this game that's coming up. That's really appreciated, dude. Let's try and get back to the chat. USA 2-0 over Wales is my prediction, says Ryan Gambler. Owen said, who do you think's the next wrestler to return to WWE? Well, it's going to be someone that's out injured, if they count or not. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking like Charlotte. I mean, Andrade seems like he's on his way back. James was telling me earlier he's seemingly said goodbye. So I think, Brandy, Big E, Charlotte, like all of those types of names. But if we are looking at people that are outside of the company, then probably Andrade. But yeah, David, I really appreciate that, dudes. Really appreciate that. Robert just said the reason is for pace up top. He up top has brought us joy. Okay. So, okay. Well, he's got a strategy. I'm surprised at it. It's not what I was expecting, but I mean, look, clearly he's going to know what's best for Wales. So he's not led you astray, has he, Paige? He's done a fantastic job as manager. So, yeah, good. Dan James is going to bring you that pace. And to be honest, I mean, look, Ream and Zimmerman, they are a couple of centre-backs that's a little bit concerning, to be honest. I think USA have got some talent in this team, but it is not at centre-back. So Zimmerman plays for Nashville, plays in the MLS. Committed Christian. Zimmerman says his faith has helped him take care for his teammates as captain of Nashville. He has thrived at club level, which when he joined the MLS season in 2020, he has been named the league's best defender of the year twice. Loves his new hometown, although he says his status as the bachelorette party capital of the US leads to some odd sights. Open buses, trucks with pools in the back. You see all sorts of things. Is that true? Is Nashville the bachelorette capital of the US? Nashville? I didn't know that. I must say, some of these write-ups are really weird. It doesn't really tell me loads about Zimmerman, but I mean, I know that he plays for Nashville, and I know that now Nashville is the bachelor and bachelorette capital of the US. But yeah, I mean, look, he plays for Nashville. Do you know what I mean? It's not we're not dealing with like high-level competition here. I mean, this is the World Cup. Do you know what I mean? I think that Dan James running at Zimmerman is going to be very interesting to see how he deals with that pace. Tim Ream plays for Fulham. He's 35. He is placed in the squad thanks to consistent performances for Fulham this season, and revealed that Pep Guardiola came up to him after the game against Man City and said, if you had been 24 instead of 34, you would be playing for me. Ream had to point out that he was 35, but did appreciate the compliment. That's a great story. He's been playing in England for over a decade, having joined Bolton in 2015 before moving to Fulham 3 years later. Greg Berhalter said of Ream's inclusion, he's in the Premier League as a top performer. It's hard to ignore stuff like that. Had not played for the men's national team for 14 months at the time of his call-up. Yeah, well, I mean, look, Ream that's solid. That's not bad at all for USA. The only thing is 35. I mean, his reading of the game is going to be important because I don't think the pace is necessary. Certainly not the pace to deal with the likes of, again, a Dan James or the pace of that Welsh attack. So that is the area that I think is concerning, is that kind of centre-back partnership. Zimmerman in particular, but, defender of the year twice in MLS. I didn't know that. So certainly not going to be a pushover, but maybe that's what Paige is looking to exploit. I think Andrade is going to join Lagardo, says Owen. Tim Ream is a solid starter for Fulham. He is reliable, says Greg. Have you ever thought of doing a video where you eat stuff? I don't know why YouTubers do that. No, to be honest. I mean, I did eat a cake, but it was a wrestling cake. So, no, I can't say I've ever really thought of doing anything beyond that. James said, let's go USA. Good luck to Wales. Let's have a wonderful match. Well, we've had 130 odd votes. We will jump into that. Oh, God, this time is flying so quick. We've only got just over half an hour to go. Fly those flags, says Dragon Slayer of Death. Yeah, I mean, look, both teams deserve to be flying their flags right now. This is massive. Just being here is winning for Wales in particular. So, yeah, massive news. I'm really pleased for both teams that they are at this stage. I think that a World Cup with the US in it in particular is always a richer World Cup. I think that a World Cup with Wales in, I don't know if it's richer, but as someone from England, it's definitely adds to the excitement because obviously like to see Scotland in there, like to see Northern Ireland, like to see all the home nations doing well. So for me personally, it's great seeing Wales here. And obviously for the Welsh, 60 years, that's a long time to wait. Massive for them to be here. So just being here is massive. But let's see. One team has got a great opportunity to take a big step forwards. Who's going to do it? Who is going to do it? Kian said, I think this is the biggest match of my Welsh blood. It's my hometown team. Michael said, US always lies about soccer team being good. We tune in, we see their garbage, and we go on continuing to hate soccer. Maybe this year will be different. God Save the King said, USA team is so young. I think that hurts them. Dragon Slayer of Death said, we need a win by about 2 goals. Will you ever put another figure in the microwave? No. We found out what would happen. I wanted to know what would happen, and I found out. I was quite surprised by it, but I don't have any desire to repeat it. 50/50 TV said a classic question, but how are the Glass Boys doing? Do you know what? The Glass Boys were having a real mixed season. I haven't actually seen for a couple of weeks how they've been getting on, but yeah, it's not a vintage season. The thing with Stabridge is that they don't seem to be able to really challenge at the top end of the league. But what's this? Is that Biden? Are we seeing Biden calling the team? Yeah? So we're seeing Joe Biden. Has this been issued? We're seeing Joe Biden calling the US team. Look at that. There's a dude that's got like an American Air Force outfit on. The Americans are here. There's someone dressed as Elvis. There's someone dressed as the statue. Elvis is kissing the Statue of Liberty. It's all kicking off at the World Cup. TD said, if there was a beer Olympics, what country would win? Bronze, silver, and golds. Got to think the Germans would be in there, and maybe the Danish, maybe the Belgians would be in there as well. Maybe the Americans. I like a nice American beer as well. I feel like it'd probably go to the Europeans, though. I think if you want to look for like really top-notch beer, then it's got to be Germany. It's got to be Belgium. I'm thinking those two places. Maybe the Americans would sneak in. Chances are it'd probably be like a weird place like Bulgaria or Croatia. So I'd probably go with like some of the European countries. Come at me, America. Come at me. Certainly wouldn't be England. I know that much. Top Gun. Gareth Bale scores 2. Dan James gets 1. Aaron Ramsey gets 1, says Kian. Tall Paul said USA won't do anything special. They're quite young, but in 4 years they host and they will have more experience. God Save the King says, here comes the Americans. Tall Paul says Germany, Belgium, England. Oh, England, no. England, I don't think England produced the best beer at all. I mean, like, what do we produce? Carlin. Not compared to some of those great beers from Europe. There's, what else would you include? I mean, I suppose ales. We're pretty good at ales, in all fairness. But I suppose I was thinking more lagers. Are you doing a watch along for Mexico, Poland? Yes, Victor, I am. Yes, tomorrow. Bonkers, USA. James has got Wales 1-0. Michael said it happened yesterday. The US president always does that for the Olympics and the World Cup. That was cool. I kind of like their T-shirts as well. White T-shirts with like blue and red splatters on. That's kind of interesting, like warm-up shirts. But Biden making that phone call yesterday then to the team. He says, I know you're the underdogs, but you've got some of the best players in the world. Do you think Sammy will turn on the bloodline at War Games? I hope not. Homebrews, says William. Australia can put down some beer, says Kyle. Yeah, but I don't know what their manufacturing of beer is like. I'm sure they make a fine beer, but I don't know. I feel like Germany and Belgium are like particularly known for that. TD said, I meant in terms of drinking beer. Drinking beer. Drinking beer is different. I think England would be in the running there. I think Germany would be in the running as well. Australia, America. In fact, there's probably a list. We probably don't need to speculate. There's probably a list. I'm sure we can find that. Biggest drinkers in the world. I bet it's somewhere weird, like some Samoa or something. Yeah, here we go. Top 10 countries. Top 10 countries with the highest alcohol consumption. Czechia? Is that Czech Republic? Is it Czechia? What the hell is that? I've heard of Czechs, like Czech Republic, but what's Czech? Is that Czechia? Chechnya? I don't even know what the country is. They're top. Then it's Latvia, I've heard of them. Moldova, heard of them. Germany, heard of them. Lithuania. Do you know what? England aren't even in the top 10. The flip. This list is broken. Broken. Rubbish list. There's another one here. This is from... Seems to be different by different article, but this one says... Seychelles, is it? Seychelles, on average, consume 20 litres. So Seychelles at 1, Uganda at 2. Prague is known for rowdy tourists. The Czechs themselves. So I'm guessing that's Czech Republic then. So 14.4. Then Lithuania, then Luxembourg, then Germany, then Ireland, then Latvia, then Spain, then Bulgaria. Tell you what, this is a disaster for the English. Absolute disaster. Ireland not in the top 10. That's a lie, said 50-50. Do you think the US is feeling oozy? I don't know, US, are you feeling oozy? US fans, are you up for this? Are you excited? Do you expect? How are you going to deal with the threat of Gareth Bale? How are you going to deal with the speed of Dan James? How are you going to deal with the midfield magic of Aaron Ramsey? There's some weapons in this Welsh team. There's some weapons, and they play like a team as well. They managed to get a result against the Ukraine. That's impressive. This game is going to be very interesting, and it will decide the future for the winning team. Yes, Victor. Yep. Look at that beautiful flag. Wales needs this. It's been 64 years, says Kian. Say hi to all the Ugandan brothers and sisters on the channel. Big shout out to all of the Ugandan brothers and sisters. Big shout out to everyone that's joining us as we continue to head towards the game. 25 minutes to go. 25 minutes to go. As we said, Wales are going to be tough to break down. They are well organised. They've got aggressive counter-attacks. They are going to invite the pressure. I think what you'll see is a lot of USA having the ball. I think you'll see the USA having a lot of possession. I think they will drive towards Wales, be in the Welsh half, and then I think you'll see Wales trying to unleash that speed. It seems to be why he's gone with Dan James. Wilson's not slow either. Gareth Bale is certainly not slow. So there's some pace in that Welsh team. So what you might see is USA having the ball, struggling to break Wales down, and then Wales countering running at that American goal, trying to catch the USA off guard. Is Kiefer Moore in this? He's not starting. No, it's been a big talking point. Moore's not starting. Guessing he's on the bench is, I suppose, a nice option to have off the bench. How do they judge what country consumes more alcohol? I don't believe that or any poll, says William. I don't know, William. I don't know. I mean, all I can tell you is that it is scientific fact, and if you don't believe it, that's on you. Let's go, USA. Behead the dragons, says Dragon Slayer of Death. No Cap Popeye said, I'm predicting a lovely Pele kick from Gareth Bale. Politsk Cafe says Denmark will win beer. Denmark weren't on that list. I think Denmark make great beer, but I don't think they were on the list of consumption. Are you streaming Raw at the same time? Raw's on at a different time, buds. It's not on at the same time. This match is going to start at 7 UK time. It will have ended by 9. Then we've got a break so that I can go and grab something to eat. Get a few streams set up for tomorrow. And then, boom, we're back with Raw later tonight, yeah. Days, please say you got food to eat with all the streaming. There should be some bananas around, but I don't have any here. But, I mean, look, this is nothing for us, is it? We were doing those crazy Olympic streams. This is nothing. So, 3 games. Then we've got a good few hours break, and then we do Raw. Easy, mate. Do that. We can do that with our eyes closed. I missed your rating for Full Gear. What did you give it? I think it was about a 7.75. I thought it was really good. I thought that I wasn't that surprised by the Regal thing. I think MJF winning is good, interesting. I thought the match was pretty good. I loved the Jamie Hayter. A Jamie Hayter moment was incredible. I mean, honestly, 7.75, but we were knocking on the door of an 8. We were knocking on the door of an 8. The Jamie Hayter, it's one of my favourite matches of the year. It's one of my favourite moments of the year. I thought it was brilliant. I thought Acclaimed against Swerve in Our Glory was probably the worst of the 3 matches they had. And I was a bit disappointed at seeing Lee turn on Swerve during the match, or leave him during the match. I felt like as soon as that happened, you knew that was it. Then you knew who was going to win. So I was a bit disappointed by that. Cage match at the start I thought was good. Jade Cargill match I didn't need. So, it's just a few things really that just sort of brought the score down. I don't think there's much in the way of like an OMG moment in there. I suppose William Regal was the OMG moment, but I sort of feel like I think a lot of people called it. So I don't know how OMG it is. It's going to have big repercussions. I'm interested to see what happens, but it didn't blindside me. It didn't catch me off guard. It wasn't like, oh my. It's hard to be an OMG moment when you sort of see it coming. But the Jamie Hayter moment, I absolutely love that. So, yeah, I think all in all about 7.75, but knocking on the door of an 8. Thought it was a really solid show. BP said, hope all is well. Thanks to responding about the King of the Ring tournament idea. Yeah, it's a good idea. BP, shout out to you. I think we're kind of drowning a bit in World Cup stuff at the moment, though. I mean, pretty much every day we've got like 2 or 3 games, so it's just pretty full on right now. Kate said it was a good show overall. Hope all is well. Shout out to you. Victor said, I'm hearing the watch along whilst I'm at work, but tomorrow I get the day off for Mexico, Poland. USA is going to take this dub 2-1. William said, have you ever considered pomegranates as a snack? The red seeds hydrate you as well as giving antioxidants and energy and a pleasant crunch. Is that true? No, I hadn't. I mean, I just sort of feel like bananas are well known for like energy. But, I mean, that sounds interesting as like a difference. I don't know that I look for crunch during streams, though. Do you know what I mean? If anything, I just want to get like the energy. That's it. I'm not here for a pleasant dining experience whilst I'm streaming. So, But it might be nice to have something a bit different. They're just swooning about the England performance on BBC at the moment. Just looking at England and how well they played. Just seeing some of the goals. That Saka goal, his first goal, was absolutely fantastic. Saka really in form and really showing that this could be a World Cup where it's not just about Bellingham breaking out. I mean, Saka, I suppose, broke out at Euro 2020, but Saka can absolutely make a statement here as well. Wilson is going under the radar, said Mouldy. He's quality on the ball, really creative. Him and Ramsey together are dangerous. Mouldy, loving it. Do you have different ratings, let's say pay-per-views compared to, let's say, Raw or SmackDown, says Azura Beats. Yeah, I suppose in a way we do. It's not really a consciously different thing. I think it's more based on... Yeah, I mean, yeah is the answer. I sort of feel like if you look at a card, you have to base it on your expectation to a degree. So if I look at a card and the card has got like loads of great matches, my expectation is going to be at a certain level, and then it's kind of measured against that expectation. So obviously going into a Raw or a SmackDown, your expectation is really low. So yeah, I would say pay-per-views are measured differently. I suppose really in a subconscious way, they're measured against my expectation for the card. If something is, if something looks like it's going to be an amazing card, and you go into it excited and it's just all right, I think you're going to feel a bit underwhelmed, and then maybe that would reflect in the score. So, I mean, maybe that's not fair. Maybe that's not a good way of doing it, but it's, I think, an honest fan's way of doing it. Because I am just an honest fan, you know. I'm someone that looks at the card and goes, man, that looks great. So you get yourself hyped for it, and then you go into it, and then if it's just okay, then you probably feel a bit like, and then that probably does reflect in the score. So yeah, I think it's definitely pay-per-view is going to be treated different. But I think this is where, you know, if you go into a show, for example, and you don't really have expectations, but it kills it, that's where the opposite can be true. So yeah, I think it's probably subconsciously done against expectation. James said, what was your match of the night moments? Jamie hated Tony Storm. Oh, definitely Jamie hated Tony Storm. 100%, mate. It's one of my matches of the year. I flipping loved it. I absolutely loved it. I mean, we did the watch along for us, freaking out during the match at the end. I really thought Britt, I mean, when Britt came down, I was like, oh, she's going to turn on Jamie. And then I remember just screaming and shouting, like, Britt's helping Jamie. She's helping Jamie. And I can remember just being like, oh my God, it's happening. And then you've got the drama of Britt getting caught in the corner. And I was like, oh, they're going to have Britt cost Jamie inadvertently. She won't mean to have done it, but it will have happened. And I was like, oh, that sucks. And then that's not what happens. And you're like, what's so amazing about the match is that it makes you think one thing, but takes you a different direction. So you're constantly trying to work out where's this going. And I could never quite get a read as to where it was going. And with Britt coming down, I was like, oh, this is going to happen. And then it didn't. And then she's over in the corner and it's like, oh, this is going to happen. And then it doesn't. And it just kept me on the edge of my seat, kept me twisting and turning. And it was brilliant. It was brilliant. It's one of my matches of the year, man. It really is. I mean, it really is. It might be my match of the year. I enjoyed it that much. But I thought Cody and Seth at WrestleMania was fantastic. I thought that Becky and Bianca were at WrestleMania was fantastic. I thought Acclaimed against Swerve and Keith Lee was fantastic. I think Jamie Hayter and Tony Storm is fantastic. And to be honest, that's my top four. That's my top four without even having to think about it and like do any research. Those four are the ones that are in the conversation. I was thinking same thing, says James. Kian said, what's your thoughts on AEW fans booing John Moxley at Full Gear? I think they can do what they want to do, to be honest. I think that it's a bit of a shame in the sense that I'm not a John Moxley fan, but he was meant to go on holiday and then stuck around and, help the company out. I think MJF is just so good on the microphone, though, that you can sort of understand why people are so into him and want him to get his opportunity, even though he's a heel. He's just can't miss, isn't he? He can't miss TV. So I think you could maybe look at it as being a bit disrespectful. I think that I could understand people being a bit down on that happening, but it's wrestling at the end of the day, I mean, as long as the crowd are having fun, making noise, no one's getting, hurt or anything. Boo who you want, cheer who you want. Yeah, it's surely that's all part and parcel of wrestling. But I think it's a shame considering what he's done for them, but it's nothing to get too bent out of shape about. Kate Core said, I'm glad they put the belt on Jamie. I think this women's division has got a lot of potential. I don't think it's as weak as people think. They just need more TV time. I mean, there should be bangers now, shouldn't it? There should be bangers. Jungle Boy Luchasaurus was good open. I agree. Yeah. I've got a whole list of favourite matches. Oh, I bet you have. Did Bray appear for Team USA yet? No. I did wonder if Uncle Howdy would be in goal, but no. We are seeing Wrexham. So here we go. Look, there are Welsh fans sitting down. There's a load of Welsh fans in Swansea dancing away. Make yourselves heard, Wales. The eyes of the world are on you. Here we go. We're starting the World Cup. The inflatable World Cup has come out. It is in the centre of the pitch. Nerves everywhere right now. I'm sure all of Wales is feeling it. I'm sure that those nerves are being felt in the US as well. Let's go brave for the World Cup. I'm here for the World Cup, says Alex. Days confused to pick between bananas and the BBC. I do love the BBC. Crystal said, do you want Bray versus LA Knight? Yeah, sure, let's do it. Days, USA has got this. Yeah, I don't have an allegiance to anyone. If you think that I'm showing priority to Wales or USA, I'm really not. I'm England. So for me, I just hope for a great game. If Wales do it, I'll be really pleased for them, and I'll be gutted for the US. If US do it, I'll be really pleased for them, and I'll be gutted for Wales. I genuinely do not have a priority here. There are loads of fans in our community from the US and loads of fans from Wales. And do you know what? I can just sit back and relax and just be like, may the best team win. May the best team win. You fight it out amongst yourselves. I wish you all the best, guys. May the best team win. That is my opinion on it. Good luck to you all. Prod said, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, listen. I expect it. I expect people going, oh, you're showing favoritism and all this, and people getting upset. I expect it. Emotions are going to be running high. They're going to be running high. More talk about the World Cup. Who is the star for Wales, said Alex. Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale used to play for Real Madrid. Didn't get much game time. Made a move to MLS. He plays for Los Angeles now, I believe, but hasn't been getting a loads of game time there either. Did come off and score a very important goal for them. This is believed to be his last World Cup. There were a few thoughts he might have hung it up after the Euros, but Wales, qualifying for this World Cup, absolutely huge. There's every chance he walks away after this World Cup, but I don't know. I seriously don't know what he's going to do, but he is regarded as potentially Wales's greatest ever player. I mean, they did have Ryan Giggs as well, but I think what they've achieved during this period of time is just incredible. I mean, to get to the first World Cup in 64 years, you can it gives you an idea as to how special this Welsh team, this Wales team are. Did you know that Wales are the smallest country to qualify for this World Cup? So, what they've done already just being here is incredible. So, 60-odd years. Just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Whatever happens, even if, your team loses here, don't worry. It's not completely the end of the road. Yes, you're going to need to get a result against Iran, and you're going to need to hope that Iran can do a job against, the other team that beat you here. But it's not completely over. But it is going to be a big step forward for whoever wins. Whoever wins, it's a big step forward. Seen a lot of pyro. Days, you are English. If you can't show favouritism in an effing World Cup game, the F with the lot of ya. No, you can, William. You can show favouritism. You should be rooting for USA. And I'm sure you are, but Easy99 said, I want to ask, as a non-American, why America call football soccer? American football using hand instead of the foot, but they call it football. I believe it is something to do with they were given it as a word by the Europeans, I think. I don't think they just created the words on their own. I'm sure that the word soccer actually comes from Europe and was given to them, and so they went with it, and now and they've stuck with it, and now we all go, why are you calling it that? It's like a fantastic prank. We gave them the words, they've started using it, and now we turned around and went, why are you calling it that for? Lol. This game will be a draw, said Frenchie. Frenchie, hello. Bring the win back home, Wales, said Kian. God Save the King said, England versus the world. Let the worst team lose. Both mid. Prove me different, said God Save the King. James said, I'm going to show favouritism towards England. Oh, yeah, no, I'm doing that as well. I mean, let's not lose our minds, yeah? I've got no favourites in this one, but when England play Wales, but we fixed it. I do have a couple of routers that I can just switch between, so it shouldn't be an issue. But both teams coming out. Maybe there was like a surge, perhaps because I am quite close to Wales. So it's funny, isn't it, that it was fine until the teams came out and then it lagged. I wonder if the demand for the internet just went crazy as the teams came out. Maybe not unconnected. Maybe not unconnected. I'm about 20 minutes away from Wales. So, yeah, that's kind of funny that it lagged right as the teams were coming out. Right. Here we go. Look, it is the American national anthem. Through the night, and our flag was still there. Oh, save us that star-spangled. I actually don't know the Welsh national anthem, so I can't sing that one. I don't know it. I did just see someone dressed as an eagle. Yes, there they are. Come on. Look at them. Brave. Come on. Loving it. This is going to be the first football game I've ever watched, says Prod. Kian says Wales, Wales, Wales. Michael said US is ranked higher than Qatar and Wales. That is true. Wales, I think, are 19th. US are 16th. I don't know this. I don't know their anthem. I know the American one because of WrestleMania and watching all those American sports, but the only time I ever hear the Welsh one is whenever I watch rugby. We saw someone dressed as an eagle just. Is there anyone there from Wales dressed as a leek? A tulip? Tom Jones? tell you what. Look at the Welsh screaming it out. They're not singing it. They're screaming it. Screaming out the national anthem with every... Look at her. With every fibre, tears running down her cheek. Do you know what? It's a great national anthem. There we go, and a big roar as well. Big roar. Oh, God, it's got a big... This feels like flipping Foreman against Ali. Big fight feel. Wrestle with Andy said, we need America the Beautiful to be sung by That needs to be the Finkel. By Aretha Franklin? No. Need to get Mean Gene out there. Or the Fink out there. Who was it that sung it at WrestleMania 1? Who sang the theme at WrestleMania 1? It was either Mean Gene or the Fink. Come on, Wales. I'm so proud, said David. Steve said, come on, Wales. Serge said, USA. Yemen said, I just saw a Wonder Woman. Well, have a word. Days and one from India do mention it. Days and one from India? What do you mean? Shout out to India. Shout out to India. Best part of being an American is we can half-ass our national anthem and not get arrested. Well, I don't think there was any half-assing of the national anthem there. You guys were giving it some. If you are just joining us, England victorious earlier against Iran 6-2. Netherlands victorious against Senegal 2-0. And here we are, feeling as fresh as the moment we started earlier today. USA versus Wales. USA versus Wales. The time for talking is pretty much done. And the time for kicking balls is about to begin. Look at this. Loads of Welsh supporters there. They have travelled in numbers. Is there anyone left in Wales? That is quite a showing. Look at that. Thousands of Welsh supporters in the stadium, which is very impressive. Very impressive. Wales will win, said Tarek. Well, 364 votes is what we've got. James said it was Mean Gene that sung it. I couldn't remember if it was Mean Gene or the Fink. Couldn't remember which one had done it, but Mean Gene did it. Amazing. Right, someone's got a Budweiser t-shirt on. Lots of USA fans in the crowds. There we go. Stars and stripes being waved. We're seeing shots of USA fans. About to get underway with this one. Big match. You mentioned there are no people from US and some others on the channel, but you forgot one from India. Me, said Summit. Shout out to you. So we have people all over the world. Yeah, we got yourself from India, Hayden from New Zealand. There's people from Philippines. There's people from Canada, of course. Like, we have nice representation. But it's just funny how the lag. It's funny how the lag is at certain points. It's funny how it lags as the team are coming out. And then it lags right as the game starts. Like, it's got to be a strain on the local tower. That's, either way, I think it will settle down now. Can only imagine it's a spike as people are tuning in to try and see how the game is going, as USA have got the ball right now. So, USA on the ball, driving forwards, passing it around. USA player goes down, but it's a free kick given to Wales. Dest is definitely a problem. Someone to keep an eye on. Plays for Milan. Greg Berhalter, not the most popular of coaches. Definitely question marks being asked of his managing. But obviously, if he can get a victory here, some of those questions will have been answered. Ball bouncing into the middle of the park. USA looking the more lively. That's going to go to the US. Roden has been penalised. USA with a bright start at the moment. Bright start. So Dest plays for Milan, 22. He's going to be a big star for this USA team for years to come. Fullback who can play left or right. Joined Milan from Barcelona. Looking to reclaim his status as a key United States player. Shared right back duties with Yedlin in the qualifiers. But he has made that position his own, and he's very dangerous, and a dangerous free kick 3 minutes in. USA, it'll be big if the USA can score early on, get Wales early. So over the ball being whipped into the middle, cleared by Wales though. Wales getting it away. USA ball going straight out. That's going to be a throw in. USA needed to do better with that. Needed to do better. That was a nice opportunity for the USA. Really in that position, needed to be whipping the ball in and at least troubling the Welsh keeper. Ball being played out of that Welsh defence. No pressure being put on at the moment. Wales having time to pass it around. Now they're being closed down. Hennessy launching the ball forward, gets given away. USA picking up the ball in the middle of the park. Number 8 on the ball at the moment. That's McKennie. McKennie playing it out to the left-hand side. Ball coming back. There's number 10 coming to Pulisic. Pulisic, ball going out, so it looks like it's going to be a corner. Right, is that George Washington? George Washington is in the crowd. Shout out to George Washington. Let's end this poll, and we can see USA 57, Wales 32. 9% think there's going to be a draw. So USA, favourites to win this in the community. But obviously that's not going to change the actual result. But at the moment, it is USA putting the pressure on. Look at all the Welsh fans. Just a sea of red behind the goal. Ball is about to be whipped in by USA. And it is whipped in, but cleared comfortably by Wales. Seems like Wales are going to have to weather this storm. Wales don't mind the opposition being in their half. But I think USA are getting a bit too close for comfort. Ball being whipped in, headed up in the air. Headed forward again by Wales. I mean, honestly, they won't mind this, Wales, because they do like to counter. Ball coming over to Dest. Dest on the ball. Trying to play it forwards. Are you doing a watch-along for Saudi Arabia, Argentina? No, sadly not. That's one that I really did want to do, but it's just not at a good time. So that's one that we miss, unfortunately. But we are doing 2 tomorrow. We've got Mexico, Poland tomorrow. And then France, Australia, I believe. And I think the Argentina game is just a little early because the problem we've got is we're doing Raw and then obviously we'll do the Raw review. Like I don't want to drop any normal videos that we do. I want to still do everything we normally do. So I'm not gonna not do Raw and I'm not gonna not do the post-show review and all of that stuff. So we're gonna do that. It means that I get to bed quite late, which means doing the early game tomorrow is difficult. And sadly, it's Argentina that are the early game. Ball being played forwards. Comes over to number 21, Timothy Weah. Don't know anything about Timothy Weah. Plays for Lille, 22. A potential difference maker. If he can find the right spaces in attack. He can play wide or central. He is the son of former Ballon d'Or winner George Weah. So, Timothy Weah, Only 22, a potential difference maker. Well, I'm interested to see how he can do, to be honest. Very interested to see how he can do. So, looks like he's got 25 caps and 3 goals. 25 caps and 3 goals. It's not a brilliant rate. Ball coming over. Wales looking to settle down. Not seeing USA getting as close as they were in the very first minutes, but still we're only in 7th minute. Michael said, this is the first time USA have qualified for the World Cup since 2014. Both these teams have not been here in a while. Martin said, good to have these watch-alongs back. Martin, shout out to you. Ball going all the way through to the keeper, to Matt Turner. So, Matt Turner at Arsenal, the best shot stopper of all of the United States goalkeepers, but there are question marks around his distribution. Time at Arsenal, albeit as a backup, might be helpful. So he is at Arsenal, and I'm sure, but he is a reserve keeper. But yeah, he's done well to get into the starting lineup. I think a few people thought that Zach Steffen was going to be the number 1 pick, but it is Matt Turner that gets the nod. USA on the ball around the middle of the park, passing it back. Patience is going to be key. We saw England take 35 minutes to get the first of their 6 goals. But, of course, 10 of those minutes were down to injury. But even so, still only in the 9th minute here. And USA have looked the brighter of the 2 teams. Ball going down the line. Nice tackle there by Wales. We know that Wales are going to have to dig deep. We know that Wales are going to have some scary moments. We know that Wales have got the ability to weather storms. Ball being played to the middle of the park. USA passing it around. Going over to Dest. Dest playing it out wide. Ball comes back into USA's own half. Lovely long ball. That's nice. Weyer, is that Weyer on the end? In the middle. Oh, headed towards goal. Save by Hennessy. Wow. That was Wales knocking it back to their own goal, but doing it with speed. Oh! And it goes wide for Sargent. It's all happening. Sargent puts it wide. Sargent puts it wide, but that's a good save by Hennessy. Good save. So Weir, look at this by Weir. That's some real skill. And it's headed back to goal, but at real speed. Yeah. I mean, I tell you what. Oh, God, that looks like another decent save by Hennessy. Sargent getting in there. USA real close. Knocking on the door. Knocking on the door. What a save. Deanna, shout out to you. Frenchie said, my grandma could have finished that. It was a tap-in. Well, I'll tell you what. Drama galore here. Drama galore. Because that was quite the header back by the Welsh defender. I didn't see who it was, but it was quite the header back. 10 minutes gone. Hennessy being called into action. Yeah, I mean, could you imagine if that had been an own goal? That would have been heartbreak. That is not how you want to start a World Cup at all. Ball being passed around, trying to get it out wide. No joy. Down the line, Wales trying to keep it in play. Wales have got it in the middle of the park, but referee is going to give the yellow to Dest. Dest might be picking up a yellow. Referee having a word, and it is a yellow card. Yellow card to Dest. Williams getting wiped out there. Did look a little dangerous. But there we go. Yellow card. Germany are not going to win this World Cup, said Christian. Dirty tackle, said Frenchie. Could you imagine if that had been an own goal, said TD. Right, here we go. It's going to be a free kick to Wales, just inside their own half, playing it forwards, knocking it back. Ball coming across into the other sides. A yellow, imagine. Whenever you say my name, I get excited, says Deanna. Well, there we go. Get excited again. Ball being played back to the edge of the area. Goes back to the goalkeeper. Ball being launched forwards. Bouncing around and goes out of play. But Wales playing too deep, said David. Yeah, well, I mean, they do like to counter. That is, if they've got the ball and they have to try and construct something out of nothing, that's... Oh, I'll tell you what, we've got a yellow for McKennie here. I tell you what, USA need to really try and stay disciplined because these yellows are going to really add up. Ooh, that is not a great tackle. That is not great by McKennie at all. Right, well, McKennie picks up a yellow. Dest picking up a yellow. We're only in the 13th minute. Those are a couple of key players. It seems like this referee is not taking any nonsense. It's going to be a free kick to Wales. As we said, a little bit tricky, with USA getting numbers back. Ideally, Wales would like to use their pace. We think that's why Dan James is in the side. Berhalter is on the edge of the area. Wales going to look to whip this in. USA are looking promising in the first 10 minutes, said Luca. Even the announcer said it was a bogus yellow, says Michael. Don't know. Didn't look like the greatest of challenges. He seemed to take him out. Ball being whipped to the back post. Ball up in the air. Bounces. USA getting it cleared. Shot from range. Well over. Well over by Wales. Well over. Summit, shout out to you. LeBron would be proud of that dude's flop and fake yell, said Michael. Ball being sailing over. Right. Into the 15th minute then. It's been quite an interesting game with USA getting 73% of the ball. Only the one shot, nothing on target. Are you going to do the Women's World Cup? It's August 23rd. It's in Australia. The US women's team have won it twice in a row. Don't know, to be honest, because I really enjoyed watching the England team do well. I don't know that the demand for the women's game is anywhere near as high as the demand for the men's game at the moment. So I sort of feel like with this one, 3 billion people are expected to watch this tournament. I don't know what the numbers will be for that women's game. I mean, I've got an interest in it, but is it something that needs to be streamed? Is it something that... will there be that demand for the watch-alongs? I feel like, this already, we're seeing a great reception to these World Cup streams, and they were a gamble. So it's brilliant that people are joining us and are so excited and so engaged. So I am very grateful for that, but I am also aware of not pushing it too much, I mean, I definitely want to be watching... to see how England do, because England are current reigning European champions, and they managed to beat the US 2-1 in a friendly. So actually, England are going in as one of the favourites to that Women's World Cup. So I am actually very interested in it. But is the demand there for it? It's not really much point streaming them if, you're going to get a few hundred views. So I don't know. At the moment, we'll have to see. We'll have to see what the build's like, the hype's like, what the demand's like. But I don't think it's quite at the level of the men's game yet. Ball being played forwards. William said, I want to see the US deliver pile drivers. If US is there, then the ratings will be high. I mean, that is true because the women's team is so much more successful that I seriously don't know what the views are like or what the ratings are like in the US for the women's game. It could be that the women's game is more popular than the men's game in America. In England, and I think in most countries, the men's game is significantly ahead of the women's game. But that gap is closing. It is closing. I mean, we've seen some fantastic numbers coming out of the women's game with in regards to attendance. There was a near enough sold out Wembley for that Euro final. Here's Dest on the ball, driving forwards. Ball coming out to that right-hand side, coming back to Dest into the middle of the park. The audience FIFA can never get is the US ratings. No Cat Popeye said women's football is boring in my opinion. It's improving. I really enjoyed watching England. We watched women in the Olympics with the women's football. So women's football is something that I've been watching for a while as a result of that. But I'd never been watching like the Women's Premier League or anything. But watching England in the Euros and seeing, obviously it helps when they do well. And so England winning that, I mean, it's become a massive, massive thing over here now. So, yeah, it's definitely on, I think, English fans' radars. But worldwide, I don't know where its standing is at the moment, as I said. Hopefully this is a tournament that really changes perception of the women game, USA doing well. Ball being played across. USA is still putting the pressure on. Wales are being driven back. It is a bit too deep that they're sitting. That point was made earlier. I do agree. Ball goes out. Is that a goal kick? Goal kick. Yeah, USA wanted the corner for that. We're into the 19th minute. Still no shots on target, but there was that header back by Wales' own defender, which was quite a dramatic moment. Come on, Wales, says Mouldy Spoon. I just learned all you have to do is yell whenever contact comes and rolls around on the ground and you get a yellow or a red, says Michael. Let's go USA, says Adam. Charlie said USA, Iran and Canada. Ball going back to that Wales defence. God Save the King said they hate the USA. Who hates the USA? Who hates the USA? Wales on the ball. Looking to launch it forwards. It's being chased after, but that should be relatively comfortable for USA to mop up. And they do. Ball being passed around. So it's in that USA defence at the moment. Let's see, where's our stats gone? There they go. So 72-28. As we said, no shots on target. Tense little game at the moment, but a fun and interesting little game. Wales giving a good account of themselves. Having to battle hard, but this is what you get from Wales. Heart. Real heart. They will give everything. They will leave nothing in the locker room. They will give 100%. USA maybe got the more skillful players as a team collective. They are ranked just that little bit higher. And you would say they've come closer to getting that breakthrough, but nothing yet. Over 20 minutes gone, still 0-0. God Save the King, these referees, the dude was pushed right in front of him. It was USA who did it. It would be a red. Undercover Manager, shout out to you. No Cat Popeye said, can't wait for England against USA on Friday. Yeah, I must admit, I'm not so worried about that game because I sort of think like it's nothing to do with USA. Like it's really England. If England can play to the best of their ability, I fancy England against like the teams in this group. This one today was the concern because England have not been together very long and they haven't had a chance to train very much. So you looked at this first one as a real potential banana skin, as, you know, England not being at the races, not being ready, not being, you know, trained together much. But thankfully it's gone well. And now, you know, we've got a good few days to get ready for the next game. So feeling good, feeling in high spirits. And I'm sure whoever wins this will be feeling good and in high spirits as well. A draw doesn't really help either side here. Ball being played forwards. Here come USA, knocking the ball forwards. Wales. USA have still got the ball, but cleared by Wales. Wales getting the ball cleared. It bounces. Goes out. Ryan said, are you going to have a nap before Raw? No, I definitely won't have a chance for a nap. So as soon as we're done with this stream, I'll have something to eat, but then I need to get like things set up for tomorrow. So yeah, there won't be chance for a nap. Very Irish potato. Shout out to you. Michael said the Women's World Cup in 2019 was viewed by 82 million in the US and 1.1 billion around the world. That's more than I thought, actually. That's more than I thought. Got to think that'll probably go up now. I think the women's game has definitely grown. Still, obviously, well behind this World Cup, which is expected to be around 3 billion. But to be just over 1 billion is more than I thought for the women's game. So it's impressive. Captain Morgan, shout out to you. What are your thoughts on Tank against Garcia, says Summit. I think it's an amazing fight. I think that, I one of my favourite fights, I think this year, I can't remember when I last saw him, but one of the favourite fights I saw was the last Tank fight. I can't remember when that was now. Was that the end of last year or this year? But it's brilliant. Fantastic finish. And, Garcia is quite the boxer, but Tanker's got real pop in his shots, man. It'll be a hell of a fight. Hell of a fight. I'd lean Tank. But Garcia's got real skill. It's the fight we deserve. I don't know what the odds makers would have it, but I'd be leaning Tank. Wales have got the ball in their own half. And looks like they're going to be getting there's a free kick of sorts here. Pulisic seems to be getting a bit upset. We are seeing, he just caught him there. He did catch him. So the Welsh player got rid of the ball. And I think it was Adams that just came in a little bit late. And as a result, it's going to be a free kick. There's a lot of protesting by the USA team. Wales with a free kick. We get back underway. How often do you get tired, burnt out? You need to take a couple of days off. We don't. No, it doesn't happen. There is no days off. I'm quite lucky in the sense of like on a Thursday when I'm doing research. Obviously, there's no streams on that day, but that's a full-on research day. Ball in the middle, headed clear by Wales. Ball knocked back. Here's Wales looking to launch it forward down the line. Kept in play, but just goes out. Looks like that's a shame. Wales trying to get out there. USA putting the pressure on. It's going to be a throw into USA. Can they do something with this? Let's see what they can do. Dest. Going to look to throw this in. He's got a few options. Ball gets caught underneath the feet, goes out. Looks like that's going to be a Wales throw-in. That was disappointing. Again, potential opportunity there for USA. Still nothing on target by either side. We are in the 27th minute. Wales with a throw-in. It's going to go down the line. We're well into the Welsh half, but that ball has gone all the way to the halfway line. Wales passing it around. Down the line again. Goes straight out of play. Brandon, shout out to you. Says, Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. That's when? Thursday. I think that's Thursday, isn't it? Happy Thanksgiving. Is that the USA fans doing the... Yeah. Doing the clap. Look at that. We've got a guy with a drum. Yeah. Making some noise, the Americans, you know. They're not here to just make up the numbers. Anyone else hope that the USA dances a jig? Ball going down the line into the middle. Brenton, shout out to you. I hope you are well. Would you do the one chip challenge? Don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we would. That's all like really YouTuber stuff, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That's those kind of forfeit things. I mean, we did used to do those. I just sort of feel like with that one chip challenge, I feel like a lot of people do it. Like it's just easy YouTube content, isn't it? To do the one chip challenge. And I sort of feel like you've probably seen so many people do it and be uncomfortable and fail. But equally, you've seen people do it that have done it. And I don't know. I don't know if it's that big of a deal, is it? Ball going up in the air and tries to get cleared. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't rule it out, but it's not on my radar. I'm trying to think more of like things that are, you know, wrestling content or football. Well, not really football content, but obviously football content for the World Cup. But like post-show reviews and just in different interesting ways that we can talk about some of the things going on in wrestling. That's where my head's at, more so than like one chip challenges and I don't know, TikTok dances and whatever else. Des taking a shot and it goes over the bar. Where are the American people in this stream? Oh, we had American friends around. They might have stepped away to watch the game. I think there's still a few around there. Look, Matt, USA, USA. Dort Knight cheering on the USA as well. David said Dest with a rosette. Yeah. His rangefinder was just a bit off there. Goes back to the keeper. Keeper playing it out. That was not great by Hensey at all. Wales under pressure here. Really struggling to get out from their own half. 65% possession for the US. Lee said, notice me. Lee, you have been noticed. Mr. M. Steven said USA. Here we go. We've got Wales trying to break forwards, trying to get out of their own half, but USA mop it up. And it goes all the way back to their keeper. Nearly half an hour gone. Almost a third of this game has gone. Still 0-0, still nervy. And as I said, even if it's 0-0, it's not boring. I don't feel bored in the slightest. Because you just know this means so much to both teams. And I think this is really interesting as well because like the Senegal-Netherlands game was really, in a way, it felt like who was going to finish first, who's going to finish second. This one is who is going to finish second, who is going to qualify. Like this one feels more important than that Netherlands game. Because I feel quite confident that like Senegal and Netherlands will both go through. I don't think USA and Wales are both going through. It feels like England are going to be at least one of those two teams that go through. Few boos ringing out around the stadium. Wales showing how difficult they are to break down, and it's going to be a free kick. Ryan said, what were your thoughts on David Beckham back in the day? Oh, well, I loved him because I was a Man United fan, so When he was at United, I was a big fan. I always thought that he didn't really get the respect he deserved. When we talk about that golden generation, you tend to hear a lot of English fans talking about Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, Frank Lampard, Wayne Rooney, those kind of names. But David Beckham actually doesn't get mentioned all that much. It's kind of crazy because his ball delivery was incredible. So accurate. He's one of the best crosses of the ball we ever had. One of the best set piece specialists, artists we ever had. And he's not, rightfully or wrongfully, he is not heralded as this amazing player. He's not someone that really gets, I think, the props that he deserves. If you was to talk about some of the great recent England players, I think there's a good chunk of names that would get mentioned before David Beckham, Which, could be right, could be wrong. I think that he definitely played his part. I think that he is someone that we definitely needed on the pitch. I remember when didn't he break his metatarsal? And I remember in the newspaper, they printed a picture of his foot so that people could touch it and pray in the build-up to the World Cup. It was a different world. Little push there by the Welsh player, and that didn't look good. Let's have a little look here. USA have been penalised quite a bit. This referee has shown no nonsense. I think USA are making that point. USA are making the point that you penalised us. We've been getting yellow cards for fun. What are you going to do here? Let's have a look at this. He goes over. He charges in. That's a yellow? That looks like there's no attempt to get the ball or anything. He literally just barges the person over. I think USA can definitely have a right to feel aggrieved at that one. Free kick was given, but no yellow cards. Yeah, I think USA can feel aggrieved at that. Here we go, corner. Ball going to be whipped in. USA have got a corner. It's in. It goes, it's headed clear by Wales. USA bringing the ball down, trying to bring it forward, playing it out to the left-hand side. Ball in the middle, up in the air. Comes down, headed backwards there by the USA. Goes over to that left-hand side. Yeah, looking good at the moment. USA, pressure is growing. 35th minute. We've got about 10 minutes to go. About 10 minutes to go, Pulisic. Trying to get into this. The fans making so much noise. The fans are not allowing this to become a dull stalemate or a boring encounter. The fans making so much noise. I must say, it seems like it's the American fans making more noise. The Welsh fans seem to be standing relatively still, relatively concerned by the looks of things. I don't think there's been much for them to get their excitement levels raised. But I think what they need to focus on is if they can just keep it even going into the break. I think they've had to weather quite a bit of pressure, and they've done that, Wales. And the thing with Wales, they are never out of this game. All this pressure by the USA, there's every chance they go down the other end and then just score, ball being brought forward. Here we go, USA! USA have scored! USA! Weah scores! Weah scores! Wow! Timothy Weah out of nowhere. We were just talking about the facts. That Wales could feel pleased at the fact that they'd held things. They couldn't hold it anymore. USA score. USA score. Look at this. Lovely through ball. And he's onside. Carves the defence open. Hennessy comes out. Can't do anything about it. Timothy Weah slots it past Hennessy. Hearts broken in Wales. Party time in the USA. And that is big, big. Weah scores. You've got to say they deserve it. You've got to say that they deserve it. Wales were just soaking up too much pressure. His dad is George Weah. And I'm sure like his dad would be proud of that. Wales are still in this. They're not out of this game, but Wales need to... I'll tell you what, they needed to respond. Goal! Excellent work there by USA. Carved open that Welsh defence. And as soon as we find out who got the assist, I'll put it in the chat at the bottom. But, there's Wonder Woman. Yes! Wonder Woman's there. There's an eagle that's there as well. Dragon Slayer of Death says USA, USA, USA. Do you remember the English ref that gave out 3 yellows in the World Cup? Oh, yeah. Yes, I do now you mention it. Yes. That wasn't great, was it? Ball going over to the left-hand side and it runs out of play. Brenton said not to dwell on stuff, but how did you like Full Gear? I missed the stream. Did it meet expectations? Was it better or worse? I think it was about a 7.75, touching on an 8. I think it did meet expectations. I think that it was a bit of a reset. You know, we got the Elite back. We got MJF as a new champ. We got Samoa Joe as a new champ. We got Wardlow free now without a title, which is interesting considering MJF's the new champ. We got Jamie Hayter as the new champ. Like, definitely felt like things changed. It definitely felt like it was a refresh, which was just what was needed. Saraya wrestled longer than I expected, so that was cool. And she looked good, certainly considering she'd been out the ring for 5 years. Jamie Hayter match was amazing. Main event was good. I thought it was a decent match. I didn't think it was the biggest shock with William Regal, but it was still a nice moment. Yeah, I think it did meet expectations, yes. And I think for some it would have exceeded expectations as well. I don't know if it... I'm sure it did underwhelm some people, but no, I thought it was decent. Tackle there by Gareth Bale. Tackle by Gareth Bale, and it's going to be a yellow. It's going to be a yellow. Gareth Bale gets a yellow. And this could be where things... I think at this point, in all fairness, Bale gets the ball. Yeah, Gareth Bale does get the ball in all fairness, but he gets the ball. He doesn't necessarily go for the man. Either way, he picks up a yellow. This referee has shown that he's not messing around. USA have had yellows, and we are back underway. We are in the 40th minute. There's 5 minutes to go. I think Wales really could get to half-time. They cannot afford to concede again. Wales cannot afford to concede. USA still driving forward, looking to whip the ball across, goes into the hands of Hennessy. Can teams argue yellows after the game and get the ref fired? No. I mean, all decisions get reviewed by like a referee council, but I think it's more feedback that gets provided. I mean, obviously, if someone's consistently just ballsing up, then they will not be given opportunities to like referee at future World Cups and whatever. If you are calling it tight, you have to call it after that way on both sides. Yeah, Yeah, yellow picks up a yellow. I mean, I thought that Wales should have got a yellow earlier, in all fairness. So, I don't know. On that one, it was... I think the thing is, for me, they should have had a yellow earlier, and it looked worse than that one. They didn't get the yellow earlier, but they get it for this one. Here's USA coming forwards. Did you notice when Soraya won, she said something to Brit, she rolled out the ring? Yes. She did go over and say a few words. I obviously don't know what was said. We listened to the press conference after, and I don't think it was revealed either, but no, it was interesting. I'm sure it was like thank you or something, because clearly it meant a lot to her. She was in tears after. USA looking good here. USA looking good. Ball going back into the USA's own half. Sifa said, look at that ball possession. It reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. Nice. So, USA have got an expected goals of 0.66. Wales's expected goals is 0.04. So, this is going the way of expected goals. 3 shots to 1. 1 on target by the US. Nothing for Wales. Wales have got to do more here. They've got to do more. As long as it's 1-0, they're still in this game though, Wales. Ball being played across. Again, comes out onto the wing. Dan James playing the ball back. No one there. Hennessy's come a long way out. It's being passed around amongst the defence of Wales. Ball gets knocked back. Again, being passed around by Wales. They're trying to build something. They've got to try and find a way forwards here. They've got to try and create something as well. I mean, there is obviously still a second half. Nice. Okay, they've managed to get round the back of USA. That goes out. Is that going to be a corner? Looks like it is a corner. Wales have managed to create a corner here. So they have created something out of this little move. Who do you want to win if you had a gun to your head? USA or Wales, and it was the final of the World Cup? Who would I want to win out of USA or Wales if I had a gun to my head? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I mean, like, I genuinely don't know. I don't know because, like, I could say USA because I like the USA. I like going to the USA. I've been to Florida loads of times. Obviously, I like WWE. That's American. Like, I feel like I've got a real connection with America. So I really like the USA. But then I really like Wales because, well, they're part of the UK. Ball just goes wide from that corner. And there's loads of Welsh people in our community. I live 20 minutes from Wales. I've been in Wales. I've had some great nights in Cardiff. So, sort of like both places, to be honest. Part of me would say Wales because they're the underdogs. And naturally, I think you know, if it's 50-50, you would go with the underdog. But then I know how much it means to, like, America. And, like, we've got loads of people from America in our community. So, I don't know. I can't find the one thing that makes me go in either direction. Do you know what I mean? If it was the case there was more people from America in our community, that'd be easy, wouldn't it? Because then you'd be like, well, it'll mean more to more of you out there, so I'll go America. But we do have Welsh fans in our community, so I can't use that. I enjoy going to America, but I've had some great times in Wales, so I can't use that. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I'd have to get shot. That would be... I'd have to go just pull the trigger. I don't know, just pull the trigger. I think what I would do is I'd be like, listen, is there any chance England could win the World Cup? Is there any way we can get England into this final? How about we make it a three-way? How about we have the first triple threat World Cup final? Can I interest you in that at all? If you could have any celebrity play professional football games, who would it be? I don't know. Who's good at football? Would they have to play for England? I'd need them to be good. I'd need someone, I don't know. Who's good at football? I mean, God, some of these questions are really random. What if you could have a celebrity play? Who would you have play? I don't know. I don't know who can play football. I'm literally trying to think what celebrity is good at football. I don't know. I don't know. Who Roman Reigns? Is he any good at football? I have no idea. He's good at American football, but I don't know if he's good at football. Bale has got no presence, says Josh. Becky Lynch is a baller, said Edwards. If the moon was made of cheese, would you eat it? No. You wouldn't trust that, would you? Come on. It's probably like radioactive or something. No. I can quite easily answer that one. No. Ball being played forwards and goes out. That's loyalty, says Matt. Maybe Seamus is good at football. Well, I feel like Seamus likes football, but I don't know that he's good at football. What I would need is I would need one of those celebrities that had trials. You know, there are people that were like on the books at football teams, but it didn't quite work out. And so they went into doing acting or something else instead. But off the top of my head, I cannot think of who these people are. I remember, what's his name? Thingy that's on Shooting Stars and does Gone Fishing with Bob Mortimer. That won't be a name that Americans will know, but here in the UK, there's a comedian called Bob Mortimer. He on one of his Gone Fishing shows revealed that he was really good at football. He used to be on the books for a team. So, I mean, he's old now, so he wouldn't be very good now, but I'd need someone like that used to be on the books at a football team. And off the top of my head, I have no idea. Because you could easily say, I don't know, flipping Ollie Murs, Ed Sheeran, but I have no idea why. Why am I saying them? I don't know. I don't know. Why Ed Sheeran? I don't know. Because I need a name, that's why. Well, I tell you what, Wales need a halftime team talk as we are done here. First half is over, and that is pretty dominant stuff by the US. Pretty dominant stuff. It's only 1-0. Wales will be pleased about that. Relieved that it's only 1-0, but disappointed as well, of course, that they go in trailing. This game is not over. It would probably be Moran, NBA player outside of soccer, says Michael. Mark Wright. Oh, yes. There is someone called Mark Wright who went and played for like a non-league team, didn't he? Does he class as a celebrity? I don't even know what he's famous for. Is he famous for like some reality show or something? Again, he ain't going to be known by people internationally, is he? But he is a celebrity. And he did do a series of like going and playing for a non-league team. So, yes, that is the exact type of person I was thinking of. So, good shout. Adam said Jake Paul. I don't know. Is Jake Paul? I don't know. I have no idea if Jake Paul can play football. Ollie Murs can play ball. He plays it at Soccer Aid, says Edwards. Okay. I don't know what. I mean, yes, good point. If they play at Soccer Aid, then that's a good gauge. But I don't know what level he would be at. But yeah, to answer the question, if you had to pick a celebrity to play football, that would be the kind of direction I'd be going in. Dragon Slayer said, what would you say to the US team going into the second half? I would say great first half. What you've done there is you have silenced any doubters. You have, sent a message to the world that you are ahead of this Welsh team. What you need to do is you need to stay focused. You need to know that this Welsh team are going to come out in the second half. This is a Welsh team that are, backed into a corner. And we know historically that Wales, when they are backed into a corner, come out fighting. This is a Welsh team that are far from done from this game. But you have given everything that I hoped and wanted to see in that first half, and you've done yourselves proud. You sent that message to the world. And right now, what you need to do is you need to do more of the same, but you need to know that more of the same is going to be very, very difficult, because what USA have been successful at is they've been successful in having the ball and keeping the ball around that kind of final third. Wales have sat very deep. I don't think Wales are going to sit as deep now. I think Wales need to get a goal. And so I think they're going to be a bit more further up the pitch. So I think in order for the USA to have possession and be as deep into the Welsh half as what they have been, they are going to have to work harder to do that in the second half. So I sort of look at it and think, well, USA have got that first goal. It's great for them. Right now, you would absolutely want to be USA, but it is not job done. And as I said, it's going to be hard for them to repeat in the second half what they did in the first, because Wales are going to make some changes now. And who knows, you might see Moore come on. You might see some long balls. Kiefer Moore is very good in the air. If Wales can use him as a target man, then maybe they'll look to do that. I think what they tried to do was counter-attack. That didn't work in the first half. They just couldn't get the counters going. They just couldn't get on the ball. They just couldn't break. We didn't see any counter-attacks by Wales. So I think that game plan has not worked. I think you'll see a different game plan from Wales. I don't think this is over for Wales. If I was to speak to Wales, I'd be like, look, plan A didn't work, basically. Plan A hasn't worked for us, but it's only 1-0. And whatever you've got left in the tank, you need to give that and more in this second half. You need to battle for every ball. You need to win every ball. You need to win every second ball. You need to be there for each other. You need to be creating space for each other. And in this half, get Kiefer Moore on and have a look, see if you can use the channels. Running at that defence is something that we haven't seen yet from Wales. So if we can get the ball to the wide areas, certainly in towards Dan James, and he can, run at this defence, I'd be very interested to see Dan James going up against Dest and see how Dest would react with the speed of Dan James. We just haven't seen this US defence being troubled. So if I was in the Welsh changing room, I would move the line higher up. I would not have them sitting as deep. I would try and use the channels. If they can use the channels and they can get some joy down the wings, maybe then they can get across into the middle. That's where I'd be looking to bring on more. And what I would do is I would have Bale in the 10, because if you're going down the channels and you're getting some success and you're getting some crosses in, Moore could be there to head it in goal. If not, the ball might be headed clear. That's when you can just see it fall into Bale. I can just see the ball coming from that penalty area. Bale on the edge, crack him one, and it going right into the goal. Bale can be there to pick up the loose ends, the bits and the pieces that kind of fall out of the penalty area. So I'd be looking at something along those lines, kind of pushing up the Welsh team a bit more, not having them sitting as deep, using the channels more, and as I said, putting on more and having Bale just sitting that little bit further back so that he can kind of mop up and feed on the scraps, feed on the bits that kind of fall to him. And of course, if you are not getting any joy down the channels, just having Bale going down the centre would be exciting. I think what we need to see Wales getting on the ball more. Get to, there we go, fixed it. So a little bit of lag. It's funny how this lag is hitting at certain times. It's hitting right as the teams come out. It's hitting right at the start of the game. It's hitting right at halftime. Just seems to be like certain key moments that the lag sort of hits. I've got a feeling it's probably got something to do with demand. Legend Killer, shout out to you. Undercover Manager said, take Dan James off, put Moore up top, put Bale on the right, put Wilson on the left, but then have both get close to him, says Undercover Manager. Audley Harrison had a trial at Watford as a left-sided midfielder. That's interesting. Who is your favourite player of football? Right now, my favourite player of football would be probably Jude Bellingham. He does play for Dortmund, and I don't watch Dortmund, but he is someone that's from the same town that I was from. He's someone that's 19. He's seen as one of the most promising young players in world football. He just absolutely lit up the game earlier today. I mean, I just love the guy. I really hope he goes to United, but it's looking pretty good that he'll go to Liverpool. But even if he goes to Liverpool, I still will be watching him and enjoying him. And I think he's an incredible talent. OG said, just got here. What's up? Hey, well, USA just had a great first half. Did a really great first half. I want to have a look. It was Pulisic with the assist for Weah. So there we go. USA in full control, said Yemen. Aaron said, if a wrestler was a manager, he would use the shooting star press tactic. Edward said, Anthony Joshua would be a good celebrity footballer. Do you think Pulisic will score in the second half? I think it's going to be really difficult because I don't think Wales are going to sit as deep. I mean, I don't know how much you heard of what I just said because we did hit some lag, but I was just saying I think like Wales are not going to sit as deep. I think it's going to be very difficult to break them down. I mean, it was difficult in this first half. I mean, USA had the majority of the ball, but we weren't seeing lots of great efforts being created by the USA. They got their goal and they deserved it. But I don't know. I mean, Wales are going to come out a little bit more. Does that open them up a little bit more? It's going to be close. I think this is going to be close. I don't think USA are going to go on to storm this game now. So it could end 1-0. It could end 1-0. Wales could find a way back into it. Yes, Pulisic could score, but I don't know that I feel confident enough to say, yeah, go and put some money on it, for example. Maybe a Sidemen guy. They're from England, if you consider them as YouTube celebrities, says Easy99. William said, are there any female football managers? I don't think there are in the men's game. There might be one somewhere, but not that I'm aware of. Not aware of any female managers in any of the top leagues. Maybe there's someone over in one of the more smaller leagues or something. I don't know. But yes, there are plenty of female managers in, obviously, the female game. But not in the men's game. Gordon Ramsay, says Edward. Yemen said, I'm still predicting 4-1, but 3 goals after the 88th minute for an exciting finish. Dark Angel said, I needed Wales to win. I am not long back from boxing. How was the Netherlands game? Bit dull, to be honest. First half, not that gripping. I think there was one shot on target. Second half, better, but only better because there was 2 goals in it. But they came in the 84th and I think it was like the 100th minute or the 99th minute. There was 10 added minutes of extra time. So Netherlands winning 2-0. Not really much between the teams. The only thing I would say is because it was 2-0, you can't say that Netherlands didn't deserve it. Had it have been just the 1 then I think Senegal would have a right to feel disappointed, a bit aggrieved. But because it was 2, I think that they definitely deserved it. So, yep, it was kind of went the way we thought with Netherlands winning, but plenty of disappointment for Senegal. And not for me, though, because I was kind of hoping that Netherlands would win, because I don't really want to play them in the next round if England do top the group. One more AEW question. Does this mean Brit face turn given the result and Hater winning the belt? Long overdue. Brit face turn. I don't think so. I mean, I think Hater's still going to be a heel. I mean, if you think about how Hater won it, Brit was trying to get the turnbuckle exposed. Like, she was all out cheating to try and help Jamie win it. Britt and Jamie are heels. I don't believe them to be faces. I think Britt's a heel as well. Although I do agree, it's kind of interesting, the fact that she was calling herself the face of AEW and definitely felt like she was cutting a bit of a face promo in the build towards that match with Saraya. But I don't know if that was Britt being a face or if it was just a bad promo, to be honest. Not bad in the way that she delivered it, but bad in the sense of, you know, you've got Saraya, who people are really excited to see wrestle. What you don't really want is you don't really want to position her in a face versus face match. Like, no one should have been cheering for Britt in that match, really. It should have been that Britt was laying into the fans, calling them fickle, calling them losers, all this kind of stuff. Like, really establishing herself as the heel so that the fans would get behind Saraya. Instead, it just felt like she didn't want to do that. I think she genuinely, and I could be reading this wrong, but it genuinely felt like she was hurt at the idea of having to put over Saraya. So James has gone off. And we are seeing number 13 coming on. It is Kiefer Moore. So Kiefer Moore is making his way on. Dan James going off, I think, is interesting. I would have liked to have seen him running at this defence. We never really saw that. Kiefer Moore is definitely a player, though, that America, the US, were aware of and were a bit concerned by. Timothy Weah scoring his 4th goal for the US. Great time for him to score it. Timothy Weah getting his 4th goal, as we said. I think this is his 26th cap. 4 goals in 26 caps. Not prolific, but listen, you score when needed, and he was needed. But we are going to see a different approach by Wales now. Wales driving forwards. They will have had a very passionate halftime team talk. They'll be fully aware of how much this means. They'll not be giving up. There'll be plenty of running in those legs. There's Dan James taking a seat. Keep an eye on Carter-Vickers from Celtic. He's from the US. He's a great baller and he's on the bench, says Edwards. That's interesting. Carter-Vickers. That's not a name I'm familiar with. Plays for the US. Carter-Vickers, 24. Is a defender, could yet be a starter for his country thanks to his form for Celtic. Didn't feature in qualifying, but started June's Nations League games. So, 24 years old. Hasn't made the starting lineup, but one to watch. Interesting. Ball being passed around. Pumped forwards and being chased after by Wales, trying to mop it up as Wales have got the ball. We are underway with this second half. A Christmas Story, new HBO Max. Brandon, shout out to you. Ball going down the line. Here's Wales there on and around the edge of the US penalty area. Obviously, an equaliser now would completely change this game. So Wales trying to find a way through, ball up in the air, but USA getting on top of it. Wales trying to get a hold of it, but it ends up trickling out. Second half underway. Nothing is decided in this game. Absolutely nothing. Ball going all the way back to the Welsh defence. They're saying that they need to get bodies around Kiefer Moore. They said Wales have got to play better. They can't play worse than they did in the first half. It was uninspiring stuff by Wales. Did you know Haaland could have played for England? Did you? I can understand why he chose Norway, though. Ball being played forwards by Turner. Around halfway line. Here come USA on the ball. Ball being launched forward. That was pretty poor. Pretty poor. Launched forward by Pulisic. But here we're seeing Wales. This is just about the result. It doesn't really matter how the teams are playing. Tricky game. Close game. Nervy game. Hard one to predict. I did fancy... These games are all going the way you would expect at the moment, though. Like Ecuador getting a win over Qatar, they were the favourites. England getting a win over Iran, they were the favourites. Netherlands getting the win over Senegal, they were the favourites. USA at the minute winning against Wales, they were the favourites. So far it's going with the favourites. We're not seeing anything in the way of upsets at the moment, but as we said, 1-0 and not much in this. Looks like it's going to be a corner to Wales. Wales have got a corner. 4 minutes into the second half. Right, going to look to whip this in. Let's see what they can do from this. A big moment for Wales. Ball coming in. And, spilled by the American keeper. But it's cleared. And, Turner. That could have been very costly. Have a look at the Jamaican team. It's unbelievable how they're not at the World Cup or in recent World Cups. They've got huge players. Listen, it's not about having big names. It's how you play as a team, isn't it? Maybe there'll be a team that get through for the next World Cup when it expands. Here's USA. Going down that left-hand side. All into the penalty area. Pulled back. Wales trying to get it clear. Ball into the middle. And it's getting cleared. Nice behind. Down the line. Oh, that looked like a pull of the shirt. Looked like a pull of the shirt there. Is he going in his pocket? Yellow to Ream. So a yellow to the... United States defender, Tim Ream, pulling on the shirt. Yeah, he was pulling back. Pulled Gareth Bale back there. Looked a little bit like a professional foul. The kind of foul that you do to ensure that you'll take the yellow, to ensure that the player doesn't progress. And someone like Gareth Bale being on the ball, you can sort of understand why you made that decision. Ball in the middle of the park and it goes out. Khan said, we watched the match England-Iran. England won 6-2. Yeah, good result for England. Disappointing for Iran, but I don't know that Iran were expecting to win the game. I think they would have hoped to have got something from it. But listen, I think Iran needs to just reset, regroup, refocus, because the two games that Iran could get a result out of, ball going back to Turner, Turner gets it, are coming up next for them. Ream is not going to remain unbooked. Good work. Dave, FIFA has demanded Belgium remove the word love from their away shirt collar. I don't even know it was on there, to be honest. They've got to remove the word love. The hell's going on? Well, listen, James, that will not be tolerated. Love will not be tolerated. Ball going out of play. That was disappointing. I think what we're seeing here by Wales, though, is encouraging in this second half. I want to have a look at that Belgium away shirt. Where's the word love? I mean, I'm sure it's there. I just haven't seen it. FIFA demand one word gets removed. Because it's developed by Adidas. I don't know where. Oh, is it at the bottom? Oh, and it's in multicolours. So I don't know. I mean, it's in like rainbow colours. So I'm guessing that they're seeing it as a statement. So I don't know if that was not in rainbow colours, would it be allowed to remain? I don't know. It's meant to symbolise diversity, equality, inclusiveness. So I mean, it is a statement. I think, in all fairness, FIFA are just making it very clear, aren't they? I mean, like, you can't wear the armband. You can't make any sort of statements. They just literally want you to wear your kit, basically. If love is the answer, can you rephrase the question? Aaron said, I don't love you anymore. I don't think anyone loves FIFA anymore. 50 said it continues to be very anti-LGBT. Yeah, well, yeah, it's really difficult, isn't it? Because it's sort of like, yeah, if you try to make any statement, it's hard because like part of me wants to remove politics out of this because it is kind of overshadowing everything. So, you know, like there's conversations happening all the time around like different political things. So part of me does want to move away from that. But then part of me thinks like, well, no, I mean, like we should be promoting inclusivity. We should be ensuring that no one is left behind. Here's Wales, ball in the middle. And comes out. FIFA are saying that they are for equality, but their actions are proving otherwise, says James. And that is true, isn't it? That is true. Yeah, it's true. I find it a little difficult, only because, obviously, I am for inclusivity as well. Let's not get that message confused. But I do want to take some of the politics out of this. Like, it's just been wall-to-wall talk about, like, you know, the political side of it. And, like, yeah, I do think, like, well, let's just focus on the game. I think a real positive about, like, football is it's meant to provide a distraction and everything. But then the other part of me thinks you can't do that. You can't do that because there are fans that aren't there that would love to be there. Do you know what I mean? They would love to be there. It's easy to just go, oh, let's focus on the game. Like, it's easy to do that. It's just such a disappointing World Cup, isn't it? It's such a disappointing World Cup. I think we would all love to just watch the football and enjoy the football. But the politics, the political side of it, be it to do with Qatar, be it to do with human rights, be it to do with LGBTQ+, be it to do with Iran and what's going on there, like it just seems like there's so many political issues doing the rounds. Ball coming in, headed clear, edge of the area. Wales are looking, probing. Get politics out, says Davids. Yeah, part of me does think that. Part of me does think that because, like, Where do you draw the line with political statements? Where do you draw the line? Who decides that some political statements are correct and some political statements are not correct? But then another part of me thinks, well, when it comes to like inclusivity and involving everyone and everyone being made to feel welcome, like that is that politics? That I don't. You know, all the talk about like Qatar, all the talk about Iran, like maybe that can go away, but I don't know, the LGBTQ stuff, like I feel like that feels different. But maybe it isn't. I don't know. It's a tough one, innit? It's tough. Ball bouncing on the edge of the area. We're sneaking up. Dragon Slayer said, we in the US have been saying to get the politics out of sport for years. Keep politics out. I agree, says James. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to know what to agree with. It's hard to agree because even I don't quite know. As I said, look, I'm proud at the fact that we don't shy away from these conversations. Like, I really like the fact that we have them. Do you know what I mean? I think the message is like everyone should feel like they are welcome and able to watch this World Cup. And I think that there are messages being sent that sadly that does not seem to be the case. And that's really putting a downer on this World Cup as a result. But I think trying to get politics out of the World Cup is what FIFA are trying to do. And I think things are getting caught in the crossfire as well. So, gay people are allowed in Qatar, says Almighty. That is true. That is true. But they're not going to be welcome, are they? Like, they can't walk around holding hands because the foreign minister here has been asked on British TV. I actually saw the interview. He said, well, they are allowed to go. And the question was put to them, yes, but if they go, will they be safe? Can you like guarantee their safety? Will they be able to go and walk around, and hold hands with their partner? Will they be able to go and like be free and enjoy themselves? And the question was dodged because the truth is they're welcome, but it's through gritted teeth. And as a result, like late at night, if they're walking around, their safety cannot be guaranteed. And so as a result of that, there's a lot of people that haven't gone and there's a lot of people that don't feel safe. And that's a real shame. So it is true. They are welcome. Like, I believe Qatar have said, yes, they're allowed to come. I mean, they have to say that. I mean, they can't not say that. They have to say that. But how safe would they be if they did go? So that's kind of what it boils down to. Ball being played in the middle. There's a game going on. It would be good if we could talk about that, says Conway. Well, I mean, look, this is the World Cup where politics are getting in the way of football. It is that way, unfortunately. Ball being played over to the left-hand side. Wales have been putting the pressure on, but we haven't seen anything really of significance. Still only the one shot on target in this game. USA passing the ball back to their defence. And we are around the middle of the park right now, going over to the right-hand side. You have to respect where it's being played. If they say no, you respect it, move on. Ball being played across. Ooh, that was a challenge by the Welsh defender. It looks like, is the ref not given anything? We need to see a replay of this. Pulisic feels like he was edge of the area. Need to see a replay of that. Pulisic, he does get the ball. He does get the ball. It's a great tackle. It didn't, in real time, it looked a bit nervy, but the replay looks like he gets the ball. Ball goes out. It's going to be a throw into Wales. Ball in the middle. Wales, here we go. Linking up, edge of the area. Dinked across, back post. No one there. It's being chased after. Wales trying to keep it in play. 63rd minute. Wales looking better in this half. Wales looking better. Don't know why we're seeing a replay of Turner falling over, but... no, almost for Wales. What a shot of the grass. It was weird, wasn't it? We saw the USA goalkeeper slipping over. Essential viewing. Wales picking up the ball around the halfway line. Goes over to the right-hand side. Down the line. Knocked into the middle. And there's a foul there. Referee coming over. Yeah, Pulisic's getting really animated. This game is quite close. It's quite nervy. It's quite cagey. Any foul is being protested by both sides. It's going to be a free kick to Wales. 64th minute. This is much better by Wales. Much better. Putting the pressure on themselves a little bit more now. USA having to do a little bit of defending, and it's a bit nervy. So, 64th minute, that's where we are. Wales looking to whip the ball in. Ball comes in into the centre, headed clear by the US. Up in the air, bouncing around. Being kept alive. It's, pushed over. Pushed over by Turner. Looked relatively comfortable save, but it was a save that needed to be made. It's a good opportunity that for Wales. Good opportunity. Comes across. It's up in the air. Not back. Knocked up. Oof, it's a good save. Single-handed. Yeah, they're saying it's a save you would expect him to make, but it had to be made. It had to be made. Corner. Whipped in. Oh, just over. Just over by Kiefer Moore. Damn. Just over by Kiefer Moore. They're getting closer. They're getting closer. Look at this. Oh. Just couldn't quite get his head underneath it. Tell you what, Wales are knocking on the door. USA are standing firm at the moment. Tense. Tense. Can you feel it? Tense. Got a bad feeling, said David. Right, McKennie has gone off. McKennie has gone off, and it is Aronson that's come on. Good player, Aronson. I thought he would be starting. Not a bad substitution. Dragon Slayer said USA, USA, USA. Here's an interesting fact. Saka has 2 World Cup goals. Rooney only has 1. Does he? Rooney's only got 1 World Cup goal. Has he? That's a surprise. Is it really? I am really surprised at that. Only 1 World Cup goal. That's an amazing fact. Driving forwards. Here we go. Into the centre. Here come Wales. Into the middle. Plenty of numbers back for USA. USA make the tackle. Good tackle. Now USA are going to counter. USA are countering. Quite even on the numbers front, but Wales making the interception. Tariq said Saudi Arabia game tomorrow is at 8 a.m. UK time. Jeez. Another interesting fact, everyone on the Wales team are making their World Cup debuts. Ball going across to the right-hand side for the US. Nice. Oh, good tackle. Ball goes out. Looks like it's going to be a corner. Williams goes down. He's in quite a bit of pain as well. Quite a bit of discomfort. I mean, they are working so hard. They are giving everything. Oof, it's like a knee on his lower back, actually. Knee on his lower back. Ugh, that's going to hurt. He was fully stretched as well. Yeah, head in his hands. He knows that that's a painful one. He's down and he's in quite a bit of pain as well. Saudi Arabia, notorious centre of excellence of human rights. FIFA 79 said that did look painful AF. Yeah, it did. He was at full stretch as well, and he was kind of twisted a little bit at the time. So, last thing you wanted at that point is someone to go boom right into your lower back. That was nasty, said Tharuka. USA crowds are enjoying themselves. Brenton said, what rule in soccer do you hate or wish would change? In America, rules in all kind of sports are called to be changed. I don't know that there's any rules in football that need to be changed. I just think it is what constantly is changing is like, what is a handball? And, the understanding of what a handball is. When is a handball a handball? When is offside offside? Like, it's kind of always ever just, there's always slight little amendments all the time as to like, well, that would have been a handball last year, but it's not a handball this year. That would have been offside last year, but it's not offside this year. Like, there's always these little tweaks. But I don't know that any rule necessarily needs to change. Feel free to tell me if I'm wrong. But, no, I think the game works. I think we can keep it as it is. I think it's fine. Ball being whipped in, headed clear. The rule of people getting layer millions and month needs to change. Oh, getting paid millions a month. Yeah, we were talking about the pay earlier, actually. The thumbnail is your background of your figures, isn't it? Why would it be that? Ball being played across. I don't know if that's a fault. It shouldn't be. It should be the USA and Wales thing. So I don't know why it'd be showing that. Well, only 20 minutes to go anyway. Right, ball being played across, being played down the line. Good work. Into the middle. Intercepted. USA on the ball. We got 20 minutes to go. Ball coming over to that left-hand side. Well, there's a little bit of a hobble there. There's a couple of players going down. Pulisic is down. That is going to be a concern. Christian Pulisic is down. Holding on to his ankle. Didn't see what it was that caused it. Let's have a little look there. It was a little kick. Little kick just to the ankle after the ball had gone. So that was from Mepham. Deanna said the thumbnail is off. Tall Paul says, I can see the correct thumbnail. Okay. It's the figure thumbnail. Must be no idea why it's that. The stream was been set up for ages. So I can only imagine that's a little glitch. That's nothing that we've done. That's frustrating, isn't it? Tie game, penalty kick sucks, says Jeremy. Nah, I don't know how you would decide it, to be honest. I don't know how else you would decide it. You can't just keep playing and playing, can you? So, I mean, if you can't score, if you can't find a winner in 120 minutes, I mean, what do you do? Ball going down the left-hand side for Wales. Charging down the wing. Yeah, good tackle there by Dest. Good tackle by Dest. Passing it around. USA looking quite cool, calm, collected, but good tackle there by Wales. Ball going across. Wales have managed to get it in their defence. Gets played to the back. Goes over to the left-hand side. Back into the centre. Rooney's only goal came in 2014 to a loss to Uruguay. That's amazing. Did not know that. Here come the USA. They're surging forward, edge of the area, into the penalty box, into the centre. Little bit of danger there. Little bit of danger for Wales. Living a bit of a charmed life. This is where they need to make it count, though, Wales. If they are to get anything out of this, they're running out of time. USA playing the ball into the middle. This has not been... It's not been all that easy for the US. 1-0, still not much in it. Not much in it at all. Dark Angel said, flip a coin, draw highest cards. What's your favourite Survivor Series? I love 2014 and I love 92. I love those ones. Ledge Killer said, come on, Wales. Cephas with the Stars and Stripes. Do you ever wonder if your figures have Royal Rumbles whilst you sleep? No. No, I don't. I'm probably just enjoying sleeping, to be honest. Rock, paper, scissors. Hayden said, so many cards and penalties. Right, we are seeing some substitutions. Sargent, Musa, and Dest are going off. So they are exiting the field. Yedlin, Acosta, and Wright coming on. What do we know about these guys? Let's have a look. Yedlin, Acosta, and Wright. Ball going back to Turner. So we have got Acosta, plays for Los Angeles. More than adequate backup for Tyler Adams. The LAFC midfielder has now got more than 50 caps for his country, often used as a substitute to help see out games. So that's why he's come on. Yedlin is a defender, plays for Inter Miami. Most capped player in the current group, might only be backup at right back, but brings experience to a young team. Previously at Newcastle, Tottenham and Sunderland. 75 caps for Yedlin. 75 caps, 29 years old. So he has come on as well. Ball going down that left-hand side. What TV shows do you watch now? Nothing at the moment. World Cup. Yeah, that ball going out. Mitchell, shout out to you, buds. Shout out to you. Don't know much about soccer, but it seems that our USA guys have been beaten up and not much has been called, but the Wales guys are just falling over and they get calls their way. Well, yeah, I think that has been a talking point in this game. The referee decisions. Ball going out. As a neutral, I think there's been definitely a few things that have gone against you, but I don't think it's anything that big. I don't think it's anything that's really resulted in this remaining at 1-0 or whatever. So, yeah, I could definitely understand a few US fans being aggrieved at some of those decisions, but I don't think there's anything significant. But either way, you are winning 1-0. Ball going wide. So, Mitchell, hope you are enjoying it. 1-0. Tense. KG, but as long as you can get this win, be a very good win for the US, this would. It would be a very good win because Wales are a decent side. They've got some quality. And I think they've shown that in this second half. They've definitely given a better account of themselves in this second half. Going down that right-hand side, ball being whipped into the middle. Going over to the left. Here come Wales. Trying to find their way, pulling it back. Wales, edge of the area. Okay, this is a real opportunity. Ball being dinked up, floated in. USA having to deal with it. Wales battling for the ball, but it does get cleared. It does get cleared. And tackle there by Wales. Ball in the Welsh half. There's an American player that's gone down. Wilson is arguing with the referee. Let's have a look. Let's see what this is. Come on, Wales, said Legend Killer. Brenton said, I want to say Yedlin was either on the 2010 or 2014 US team. He's been around forever. Yeah, he's got tons of caps. Steve said, I've been with you since 12, started my shift and finished, and I'll get through Raw. I don't know how you do it. Steve, WXM, shout out to you, my friend. Well, it's just the joy in it. I mean, I don't feel tired. I just feel excited for more football. And this game has been close, edgy. There's only been 2 shots on target. But, it means so much to these teams. And we're getting a real clear idea as to how this group is shaping up right now. Wales have got 12 minutes to try and change that. Wales cries more than LeBron, and I didn't think that was possible, says Michael. 55th said this match, as Vince would say, is such good. It's close, isn't it? It's close. Didn't know you liked football. Yeah, big fan. Big fan. We did Euros watch-alongs last year on the channel, so it's not the first time that we're doing these football watch-alongs. We did them last year for the Euros. This is probably even better, though, because now, of course, we've got, like, Canada involved and USA involved and Brazil and Argentina and everyone. So, yeah, it's good. I'm really pleased that people have been enjoying these watch-alongs. And as we said, they're going to continue. We've got 40. 40 of them coming. So I'm really pleased people enjoy them. Once we get to the knockout stages, though. Ball being played back there. Oh, goes down. Oh, a penalty. Ball whipped in. Wales. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Massive decision. Massive. It does look like a penalty. He collides into the back of him. Look, he doesn't get the ball. Gareth Bale goes down. It does look like a penalty. He doesn't get the ball. He collides into Gareth Bale. Gareth Bale goes down. Oh, big call. There's not much protesting from the USA players. They are having a word. They're obviously going to be disappointed. Oh, my God. Just even it out, Wales, said 50-50 TV. Drama right now. Gareth Bale. Look at this with 9 minutes to go. Deep breath by Gareth Bale. Wales with a massive, massive penalty. Massive. Oh my God, this game. What's he gonna do? Head in hands moment. Drama everywhere. It's a penalty to Wales. Bale. Score! Wales score at the World Cup. The Welsh fans go crazy. Wales have scored. Gareth Bale has scored. Game-changing moment. Game-changing moment. Whoa. USA needed that second goal. It was always close whilst there was only one in it. Wow. Bale. Oh, it's a beautiful penalty. Gareth Bale scores at a World Cup. Cements his place as the greatest Welsh footballer of all time. That's certainly something that Ryan Giggs didn't do. It is such a better performance by Wales in the second half. Heartbreak for America. Heartbreak for America. Still time. Still time for someone to get a winner. Come on, Wales. Tall Paul said never lunge in like that, especially in the box when the attacker has got his back to goal as well. William said we knew we would get some bad calls. Penalty all day, said David. Martin, shout out to you. Edward said my bet is off. Let's go, Wales. Some heartache there amongst the United States fans. Heartache for the US fans. Legend Killer cheering on Wales. Yep, there's still plenty of time left here. 10 minutes. Ball is kicked out there by Yedlin. Momentum seems to be with Wales at the moment, though. I feel like now Wales are not going to lose, said Tharuka. 50-50 says, come on, Dragons. Mitchell said, I don't get these refs. Ball going over to the left-hand side. And goes out. It's going to be a throw-in. Wales have got that momentum. Long throw. I tell you what, USA need to be careful now. Because all of a sudden, you could be staring down the barrel of defeat. Eric said, are there any Louisville City FC fans on here? Mitchell said, I'm struggling to understand the rules. In regards to upwards, I mean, that basically was that a foul? If that had happened anywhere on the pitch, would that have been a foul? In my opinion, yes. Because the player doesn't get the ball. The American doesn't get the ball. He doesn't, touch the ball. And he takes, Bale's legs away from underneath him. So I can't really see an argument as to why that's not a foul. If the foul happens in the penalty area, it's a penalty. So you cannot commit a foul in the penalty area. If you commit a foul anywhere else on the pitch, it's a free kick. But if you do it in the penalty area, it's a penalty. And so it looks like the US committed a foul on Gareth Bale. And so as a result, the penalty was given. Same goes the other way. If Wales foul you in their penalty area, then you'll get given a penalty as well. But the replay there didn't seem to look like the American got the ball. He certainly got Gareth Bale. Obviously, we need to have a look at a replay of it. Nothing jumping out at me. Is the penalty area the square line? Yeah, so you've got the little box in front of the goal. That's the 6-yard box. The bigger box is the penalty area. So any foul in the bigger box, that would result in a penalty. Obviously, if it's the attackers fouling the defenders, then it's just given as a free kick. But if the defenders foul the attacker, then it's the penalty. So the USA defender fouled Bale, and as a result, Bale got the penalty. Wales got the penalty. That's why it's always nervy when the team are in your penalty box, because one false move, one mistake, and it could end up in a penalty. And to be honest, when a penalty is given, you feel pretty confident that the attacking team are going to score it. Bale is going to replace Sami Zayn as honorary Oos. Wales have had bad calls as well. The ref is a joke, but it is 50-50, said David. Mitchell said, I'm not trolling. I am just trying to learn the rules. No, shout out to you, yeah. That's what we're here for. There's a lot of people in our community that don't watch football, but yeah, if there's a foul in the penalty area, then it is a penalty. Ball being launched forward by the US. I mean, look, a draw doesn't knock the US out. Ball going over to the right-hand side. USA knocking the ball in the middle. Punched away. Not back in. It's very tense. Any goal now would be monstrous. Oh, look at that back heel. Look at that back heel. Wales bursting into the penalty area. Oh, good save. Good save. Simple, but needed to not make any mistake. Do they go into overtime, or do they call it a tie? At this stage, they would call it a draw. Yeah, to call it a tie. If this was a knockout game, it would go into overtime. But because we're still in the group stage, it would be a draw. Both teams would get 1 point. If you win, you get 3 points. If you draw, or tie, as you say, you get 1 point. So both teams would get 1 point. So if it ends like this, then that means England are top of the group on 3 points. Then it will be Wales, US tied on 1 point. And then obviously Iran bottom. And then, of course, we've still got 2 more games to go. And by the time we've finished all of those group games, we should have an idea as to who qualifies first, who qualifies second. So look, this result doesn't knock either team out. It doesn't knock either team out. But it's obviously disappointing for America, what with them leading for so long. Given all that's gone on, I can't see them getting less than 4 minutes stoppage time. I'm glad Americans can't reach to hit the ball with their heads, because the result would have been about 3-1 by now. Right, we're seeing a substitution. 50-50 said, I did a raffle on the World Cup with my mates and I got Canada. I don't think they're going to win, but hopefully they can do well. Some of these football players should be pro wrestlers. Right, 9 added minutes. Oh, my God. We just don't see these sort of numbers. Some of the time that gets added on is incredible. 9 minutes, I mean... They must have made a change. We do not see this kind of time. It must be something they've changed. Normally at the end of the game, you have like 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes. I mean, 5 minutes would make you go, 5 minutes. It is not normal to see 6, 7, 8, 9. That's not normal. Shot here by Wales. It must be something they've changed, because England had 10 minutes at the end of the second half, 14 minutes at the end of the first added on. It's been the same in all of the games. Ampadu go down. Ampadu's gone down with a bit of cramp here. Let's have a look. Oh, my God. Look at that collision, man. Look at that collision. Both, boom, going after the ball. Thomas is coming on. Days, apparently it's because the refs have been told to add time on for free kicks and general racing. They're making sure that it is 45 minutes. Well, all I can tell you is that this is new. In any other World Cup, you would have expected about 2 or 3 minutes added on time. Now we're seeing the likes of 9 minutes, 10 minutes. It's just not normal. But it is the new normal. Watson said, I said it the last game, it has to be a new thing. They've not introduced, or the refs are insane. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a bit of both. I do like when other players check on the opposition. It's respectful. I think for a new personal casual, we can only take so much phantom injuries while the crying like a baby. It totally turns us off, says Jeremy. Yeah, I mean, you do get quite a bit of that in soccer, unfortunately. If you are so used to watching big guys in NFL smashing into each other, like, you are going to roll your eyes at some of this stuff that goes on in soccer. It's the same in England, really. You know, if you're a fan of rugby and then you tune into football and you watch them going down after the gentlest of touches, like, you do just sort of go, geez, grow up. Yeah, it is a bit of a pathetic side of soccer, unfortunately, but Welsh fans in fine voice. I think this is going to end 1-1. Well, what does 1-1 do? What does 1-1 do? I mean, it doesn't really do anything for either team. So it's sort of heartbreaking for USA because they were leading. But it's not defeat. It just might feel like defeat. But you're not out. You're not out. David, shout out to you. It means that we get longer, entertaining matches with extra time, said 50-50. Edward said, would you ever go back to the Premier League? Probably not. Probably not. I enjoyed it. It was not a fact that I didn't enjoy it. It was just, it became apparent that if you're going to do football, you do football. If you're going to do football, then you just do football. I mean, there's so many football channels. I mean, God only knows how many watch-alongs there are right now. I can only imagine hundreds. So yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Like, if you're going to do it, do it. To do like a bit of it and then do a bit of wrestling and a bit of boxing and a bit of UFC, like, you can't really do that in the modern age. I think you've got to there's so many YouTube channels, you've really got to like specialize in something, and you can't really be like a jack of all trades and a master of none. Doesn't work. So no, sadly not. Not unless we were going to pack everything else in. Down the line. What a comeback. The miracle of Istanbul, Qatar, said 50-50. Ampadu used to have the best afro in football, said Watson. Important not to lose your opening game, said Martin. That's true. That's true. Whoever had lost this would be really in trouble. Really in trouble. There's still time here. USA are still looking. Ball going to the back post. Brought down. Whipped in. No one there. It's going to go long. Here's US trying to knock it forwards. Where are we in regards to the stats? The stats are 3 shots on target for Wales, 1 shot on target for the US. So Wales have had 3 big chances. USA have had 2. It's been such a much better half. Second half, Wales have had more of the ball. 5 shots to 3. 3 shots on target. There's been no shots on target by the US in this second half. Wales have created 3 big chances. They were so poor in that first half. They've really come out in the second half. Days I liked the England game, said Legend Killer. Yeah, so good. Brad said, I am an England supporter. I'm so proud of that win. Love the new extra time rule. It makes it more intense. Come on, Wales. Do it for the UK. Love every team, but would be embarrassed if US beat England. I don't know. I mean, yes, because, you know, I think if Wales beat England, I'd be embarrassed. If US beat England, I'd be embarrassed. Like, I think any team that is ranked below England, I'd be embarrassed. But I think these are good teams. These are teams that are not Saudi Arabia or, you know. US are a team that have improved. US are a team that have got, like, you know, McKinney that plays for Juventus. Dest plays for AC Milan. You know, they've got players. Here's Wales. Don't concede. Don't concede, US. Good tackle. Yeah, US have got, you know, Pulisic that plays for Chelsea. I think gone are the days of US just being, you know, a load of players that you've never really heard of. Maybe the odd player like Dempsey being their best player and everyone else plays in MLS. Like, we're really seeing, like, a good crop of US talent coming through right now. Whistle blew, but it's not full time. I called the score 1-1 4 hours ago, said God Save the King. Do you think Theory will face Seth for the title? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Theory went crazy, didn't he? Yeah, he beat up Seth at the end of last week's show, didn't he? So, yeah. Yeah, I think we could go that way. This match will end in a draw. Yep, it's going to look that way. I mean, there's just a few seconds left to go. It's a result, to be honest, that I think on reflection is quite fair. It's a result that's going to be better for Wales than it is for the US. It's a result that doesn't knock any team out. It's a result that leaves this group wide open. It's a result that's going to mean that the US are fighting for their lives against England. That makes that game trickier for England, to be honest. Yeah. Not quite over yet. Ball whipped into the middle, headed clear by Wales. Ball bouncing around. USA working hard, trying to whip the ball in, but Wales pick it up, driving out, launching the ball forward. Wales chasing after it. Goalkeepers come out, heads it away. God, could you? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, that's going to be a yellow card. Bale was about to pull the trigger. The goalkeeper was so far out. He was just getting ready. Gareth Bale was just getting ready to absolutely launch one. But Acosta getting booked. God, late drama. Really late drama. The goalkeeper so far out there by the US. One last free kick here. It's played forward, straight into the hands of the keeper, and that's going to be it. There we go. End of the game. USA won. Wales won. A battling encounter. USA the better team in the first. Wales the better team in the second. I think 1-1 was probably a fair reflection. Probably a fair reflection. First half, so poor from Wales. The sheep will be happy tonight, said 50-50. England, US, probably most important game. Not but the better team, but the better country. To show who's not the better team, but the better country. That's it. Yes. This isn't just to find out who's the better footballing nation. This is to decide who's the best nation. Full-time 1-1. What a game, said 1066 Blues. Tense, wasn't it? Tense. Cagey. Yeah. That's going to make the next round of games very, very cagey. I mean, all this has done is it's just set up the next games to be even flipping bigger. Because, I mean, all of a sudden, England against USA is massive. It was massive anyway, but USA now need a result in that game. They need something from that game. If they lose against England and Wales thump Iran, Wales need to beat Iran as well. Yeah, it's kind of blown the group open. It's a good result, this, for Iran. Good result. Great day, said the game. This for Blur, for Oasis, for the Beatles, for Britain. Beat them. What a day of football, indeed. Right, I'm going to run off now and grab something to eat. But a big shout out to everyone that joined us. One thing I do want to do before we run away is just have a look at our fantasy game. So we are playing the FIFA fantasy game. I was blown away to see that we had over 200 people playing. If we have a look, I don't know that it's updated yet. I don't know that it's updated. Can I look at people's teams? Saka, Kane, Ecuador. Maybe there just wasn't a load of. Maybe there just wasn't a load of US players and whatever, but yeah, there we go. So it is Squeaksel that's in first place at the moment. Pinky Pat up there as well. These are the leaders on our fantasy game. So you can have a look, see where you are at the moment. It's still really early though. And don't forget, you can go into the game and you can make substitutions. So if I have a look at my team, for example. So my team here, Dumfries picking up 6 points. Pickford not getting any points. So I can change Pickford's. Trippier only picking up a point. Maybe I'm going to look to change him. Maybe I'll put in Cancelo. So, you know, I could change Pickford for Sommer. I could change Trippier for Cancelo. And, you know, we've still got a long way to go here. But, yeah, don't forget you can make these substitutions. You can make these changes. So make sure you're doing that. Don't just leave your teams. So, yeah, boom. Where are you? Oh, at the moment, I'm doing rubbish. But, yeah, as I said, it doesn't really matter at this stage. Because, for example, I've got nothing to lose by putting the Switzerland keeper in instead of Pickford. Pickford didn't get any points. So I can take him out. Confirm that. Trippier got 1 point. Not happy about that. Swap him over. Boom. So at the moment, I've only got one player that's played. Bergwijn might change him. He's picked up a couple of points. Don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But, yeah, at the moment, not a brilliant start for me, but I'm not too worried about it at all. What's the code for the Fantasy League? The code is... Let's have a look. The code is... Invites. Boom, boom. I'll drop it in the chat now for those that want to join. If you want to join our fantasy game, we've got over 200 people playing. So if you want to join, it's in the chat. I really should get into the habit of putting them in normally. Here's the code. Where's the code? Here's the code. Mosley, the wrestling god, said, I'm in 58th place. Well done. Out of 200, that's not bad at all. Hayden said it's a shame that Wales pulled out of a draw. I was looking forward to Tyson Fury, Drew Singh in American Pie After. Right. This is my first time playing the World Cup game, said James. It's going to be good, isn't it? It's going to be good. Not the best of days for me, but great day for England. Great day for Wales. USA shouldn't be too disappointed. Getting a draw means that you are still in this competition. But it is probably an opportunity missed, what we've taken the lead. But it's not the end of the world. We move on. Of course, we are going to be back later for Raw. We are back tomorrow for the football with 2 more games. And I think it's Mexico, Poland, France in action against Australia. So 2 more games tomorrow. Raw coming up later. And World Cup is here. World Cup has delivered today. Lots of action, lots of excitement. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Appreciate the support. I will see you later for WWE Raw. Bye for now.